We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weeping and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's a pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weeping and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BBO. What's up? It's your boy BBO. And it's your boy D Free, and we back with the Roll with the Punches podcast. How you feeling, man? Can you hear me? I don't know if my brother D Free can hear me. Can you hear me? D Free, can you hear me? Salute to my brother Mark Nash and chopping through the smash the like button. I appreciate you, my brother. D Free, can you hear me? I don't know if my brother D Free can hear me. But we got a good thing. We got a good show today, man. We're gonna do our first UFC card. I'll tell you what, man, this last few days in combat sport, I've been terrific. We just seen your boy, Jamal Arman Charlo and Canelo do their press conference in LA, New York. Great for the sport. That boy Charles out there looking like MC Gusto. I don't know if y'all remember CB4, but he was out there looking like Gusto at those press conferences. I think the most exciting thing is, hold on 1 second, so I'm trying to fix my audio. Hold on 1 second. All right, that should fix that little issue with my audio, y'all. But I think the exciting thing was when I seen, Canelo and I seen Charlo, when they were up together, and it was just great to see that this fight was happening. And I'll tell you what, man, for a long time, Jamel Charlo has just been a true throwback fighter, man, willing to fight anybody and everybody. And just to tell you the truth, I didn't even realize that he was that tall a guy. I mean, he about what, 6'1"? I didn't realize he was that big, man. So it was a shocker to see how much bigger he was than Canelo, man. Salute to my brother Mark Nash. um, but the crazy thing about it was that when you see him and Canelo, this has been the most focused Jamel Charlo I've seen, I think, in his whole career, man. He was calm. There wasn't no yelling. And other than, of course, he got to yell at the media. That's his favorite thing. He got to yell at the media. The media did something to him, and he got to let the media know that he's dissatisfied with the media. But other than that, I just tell you this, man. What we seen in boxing has been a true renaissance these last few months, man. Be talking about Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Errol Spence versus King Crawford. I mean, you got Anthony Joshua getting ready to fight Deontay Wilder come January. I mean, you got Usyk about to fight, Daniel Dubois. A lot of people don't like Daniel, but I think Daniel was a good little fighter, and I think Usyk has shown us that he's a true champion. Usyk just want to fight the best. At the end of the day, we all know how Tyson Fury get down. It's nothing we can do about that. It's nothing we can say. Tyson Fury is going to be Tyson Fury. So I don't even get mad at it anymore. I mean, of course, I want to see an undisputed heavyweight champion, but if we do, we do. We don't, we don't. But like I said, we got our first UFC card. And the cool thing about UFC, man, most of these matchups are 50-50. So I'm excited about that, man. It's always great to see, fighters where you're getting to see not an overmatched card. And just for me, being a fan of combat sports, man, I got to give a salute to what Dana White is doing, what ESPN is doing. They're doing a great job with UFC. UFC, I'm telling you, if we're talking about sport leagues, it's got to be top 5 in the world, man, because the best of the best always seems to fight in UFC. I've never really seen too many overmatched fights in UFC. Usually UFC is the guys are pretty close in skill. So that's the cool thing about it. Here we gonna be covering both these brothers, man. And this is UFC 239. So as we know, man, we getting ready for the main event. I'm excited. I'm sure my brother D Freeze excited. And it's just great, man. The cool thing about what we seeing, and like I said, in combat sports, we just getting a straight renaissance. And it's just nothing. I put like this, it's just nothing that you can say. I can't complain about what we getting across the board. I mean, we got to see John Jones fight earlier this year, man. I'm sure at some point we're gonna see Ilyas Asanya fight at some point. The new talent UFC doesn't fight the new at Bellator. Well, that's a good point, man, when you say about the UFC and Bellator, because really, at the end of the day, the UFC is a promotion company and not so much a fighting league. So you really are not gonna get any fight in between the so-called leagues, promotion companies. But that's kind of how it go. Salute to my boy K Savoy. He said D3 BVO, what's going on? Salute to my brother AB. Salute to my brother Josh Sanders, man. Good to have y'all brothers in the building. And I'm telling you, man, people don't understand, man. The UFC, if box don't keep its stuff going, if we don't get our stuff together in boxing, bro, there's a good opportunity that Bellator and UFC could take over because I mean, they starting to build some real life stars. I mean, do they have a Conor McGregor yet? No, but I'm telling you, it can happen. If you don't keep your foot on the pedal to the metal, man, that's a good way to mess around and lose out on getting to see the best first the best. Hold on 1 second. He said, "No, never."
My
I
bad,
don't know.
BBO. I had to take care of some stuff.
Oh, no
I'm
problem, no
back.
problem. We just talking about UFC, man. What we seeing in the thing, what we seeing in UFC. Salute to my brother Mark Nash. He said UFC does not have some boring fights. To you if you're watching the low level guys, MF be on the floor humping all night. You know what's funny? I'll say this: their pay per views or their big main cards are good. I necessarily don't watch UFC. What about you? What about you, D? I don't really watch UFC unless it's like a main pay per view card. What about you, man?
I used to watch UFC. I haven't watched UFC religiously since like the days of Chuck Liddell and Rampage and my man Matt Hughes. I haven't watched it since
Man,
those
he
days.
was a dog, man.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since those days. That's when I used to watch it all the time, but I haven't watched it since then. I watch it from time to time, but not on a regular basis. I can't. I like unless they are a mega star in the sport of UFC. I couldn't tell you who they are.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on, Mark Nash?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you the funny thing, man. When I talked to my brother D3 earlier, man, I thought I was talking to Gary Russell, man.
Hold on, hold
I see my brother D3 looking like Gary Russell, man.
on.
Hey, but I know what you mean. Chuck Liddell, what was the guy? The ball guy Ortiz, Shamrock. I'll never forget seeing my
Yeah,
brother, one of my favorite fighters, James Tony, get beat to death. I mean, he beat the brakes off James Tony.
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah. Shamrock. You had Chuck Liddell. You had Randy Couture. You had what was my guy? The Brazilian guy. He got a bunch of nephews.
If I call the police or let it be?
Let him be for right now.
He outside there.
You can call him then.
he said,
Yeah.
he said, I tell him that all the time, bro. Got the best beard on YouTube. Hey, that. Hey, y'all don't know this about my brother D3, but he really a pretty boy, man. You know how them Spanish brothers do.
Nah, hey, to be honest with you, I did live in Philly for a while, for like 2 years when I was younger. My father was in the military; he was stationed out in Philly. We
Mhm.
lived there for about 2 years. I got folks that's out there, like my kid's godfather live out in Philly, but yeah, I mean, I ain't never spent no real time in Philly like that.
Yeah. He said, be free, cut off, son.
Yeah. I told you from time to time I trim it down and then I just let it grow back. I get tired of I just get tired of it because it gets all matted up and stuff. I got to keep picking it out throughout the day. So from time to time I cut it down.
Hey, hey, but you know the funny thing. That's what we gotta talk about, man. I wanted to get your opinion on this, man. This doesn't have to do with UFC, but until we get this main card going, I want to discuss this, man. What you think about all these people talking about Bud Crawford? Skinny Bud Crawford is on PEDs. Tell me what you think about that, man.
I mean, I I I pay no attention to that man. I'm not putting that jacket on that man. That man fought a fair fight. Far as I know, none of the tests came back negative. I mean, came back positive or anything like that. So far as I know, that man fought a fair fight. And I know a lot of people is reaching because they never seen Earl look like that. And I was rooting for Earl too, but
Mhm.
I'm not putting that jacket on that man. That man came out there. He did what he was supposed to do, whether it was something wrong with Spence or whatever have you. That man did what he was supposed to do, and I tip my hat off to him. I mean, with just see him in a rematch. I'm not putting, I don't put that jacket on nobody because that can make or break a person's career.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't do that unless there's some evidence of he was checking PDs. I'm not putting that. And now I know everybody talking about because he's with the SNAP program and all that, but I mean, and like I said, until they find something wrong with the SNAP program, you can't just say, oh, because he's dealing with that guy that he's on PEDs and nothing like that. So I'm not doing that.
You know what I'll say about that, man? I get it. Victor Conti is a drug dealer. You know, people won't say that. I mean, that's what he was, man. When you talk about Marion Jones, Barry Bonds, everything they was doing in the Bay Area at that bike, was it the Bico Lab? I think I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying that correctly. It
Baco.
just Balco. The
Yeah.
whole thing about it, man, it was all crazy. And you know what? But we got to be honest here. Anybody who been around somebody that work out, you seen anybody who really own their game look like Bud Crawford before. I mean, Bud Crawford just like he not eating no sweets, he not drinking no pop. He straight up is going to the gym. He drinking his water, eating his vegetables, eating his protein, man. So
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
say that I mean to say and then I must be honest, to say a skinny guy like that is on performance enhancing drugs, he don't even look like it. I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, it's not like he don't look like Bruce Lee was looking. Now we
yeah,
all know Bruce Lee was juicing. Bruce Lee had zero body fat,
he
and
does.
that man was literally juicing, and it showed because that man had muscles everywhere. That man had muscles in his in his fingers. That man had muscles everywhere. But no, I mean you can look like Bud Crawford look just by working out regularly and taking care of your body. You don't have to juice. Everybody that deal with somebody that is known for juicing doesn't mean that they're juicing. I mean, now they might have made a dumb mistake by dealing with the individual, but that doesn't mean that they're juicy because they deal with the individual. It just means they dealing with somebody they should get from around. But nah, like I said, I've known people that took steroids. I never took steroids. I was never a weightlifter like that anyway. But I've known people that took steroids and took performance enhancement drugs. I never did it because I know the side effects of it, and I know what the long-term effects can cause from taking steroids. So I never did nothing like that. But I know people, close people that was close to me that played football with me, and I know that they did it. I know they was on performance enhancement. I know that they took steroids. But just because I know that they do it, don't mean that I'm going to do it. Everybody has their own integrity for themselves. So I can't just put a jacket on somebody because he's dealing with an individual that's a convicted drug dealer, and we all know his involvement with steroids. Just because his involvement with steroids doesn't mean that everybody around him is doing steroids, because there was a lot of people around him at the time that he was doing it that wasn't on steroids. They were just around him. They wasn't on steroids, but they was around him, and they was involved with him, but they wasn't on steroids. So it's not necessarily everybody that's around him is on steroids. Because if we give Bud Crawford that jacket, then we got to give Devin Haney that jacket too. And everybody else that's in the SNAP program, we got to give them that same jacket.
Mikey Garcia.
Everybody. Yeah. I mean, there's no exception from nobody. If you're giving that to Bud Crawford, you got to give that to everybody.
Mm-hmm. And you know, hey, and one thing I gotta say to the chat, man, don't moonlight. Please smash the like button for your boy BBO and D3, man. Please smash that like button. That's what we do it for. We want YouTube to know we got something good going on here. But I'm gonna tell you this: if you looking for somebody to be controversial, that's the funny thing about YouTube. Now, I understand that we all got to find, topics, things that we want to speak about, but I would never, ever insult a fighter's character like that, because at the end of the day, most of these fighters, I don't think people understand, these guys are putting their lives on the line. So it would behoove me to just throw, like my brother D3 just said, to throw a jacket on. And think about it. D3 is wrong about almost everything he says. Like, everything D3 says is wrong. But if you hear me agreeing with it, salute to my brother Skywalker. Hey, you know. I mean, come on, bro. You got me agreeing with a guy like D3, man. D3 has Robin shit
about boxing.
So when you got me agreeing with D3, bro, you already know. I mean, Terrence went in there with an excellent game plan. And at the end of the day, it just boils down to this. If Earl doesn't work on his defense, I don't care what he think he's going to do at 154. His defense was horrible. The fact is, you don't get in there with a world-class fighter like Terrence Crawford with your defense not together, with your game plan not together. And I don't know about the whole nerve damage. I don't know any of that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to say I am a doctor. I'm not a nerve specialist. Earl didn't look his best, but he went in there and got beat to death.
Yeah.
But guess what? That doesn't take away from Bud. I mean, it's not Bud. Bud said it best. He said, I thought Earl was going to be better than he was. But I'm going to be honest with you. If we being honest here, that dude, Bud Crawford, is a regular dude from the inner city and been able to make good on himself. Let's remember, this kid got shot in the head. I don't know if you heard that, D3.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't technically get shot in the head. It was a ricochet and it grazed his head. Technically,
hey, that shot. Hey, now see what I tell you.
Not shot. No, my uncle had my cousin. He had the same thing, and we was at a family gathering, and he called my brother, and he was like, "Man, I'm in the hospital. I got shot in the head." So the whole family, like I said, it was a family gathering. It was about a good 35, 40 of us. We all rushed up to the hospital. This man come walking out the goddamn emergency room with a Band-Aid on his fucking forehead. I like, dog, I thought you got shot. He like, oh, it grazed me. I said, man, you got the whole family up this joint worried, thinking you got shot in the head and you got grazed by a bullet. It's a big difference between getting shot and getting grazed.
Hey, like you see, like you know what? If you want to know who my brother D3 is, that's D3 right there. He gonna just go straight to it. At the end of the day, when you say you got grazed, you ain't getting shot.
Now when it comes to me, dog, I'm straightforward. You got
You gonna
you gotta give me the facts. I'm not don't sugarcoat nothing. Give me the facts because you sit here talking about, oh man, I scored 115 in the game, and then I find out you ain't even getting the game. Your team scored 115. Man, what the hell? You talking about you scored 115? I'm about to say this man is the best man in basketball. You ain't scored nothing. Nah.
But this the fact that Bud been through a lot, man, and
Yeah.
a lot of us come from these environments, man, where they're not the best. And I'm gonna be honest with you, after seeing this Errol Spence fight with Bud, I never was a big fan because I had never really seen him. I mean, I've been more watching PBC because I'm from Cleveland. Us Ohio boys, man. So I'm from Cleveland, so I always support what Al Heyman and of course Don King. His birthday is coming up. I always support what they do, man. But I said all to say this, man. Terrence Crawford got a new fan in me, man, because just seeing how he been through a lot. I don't know if you seen that stuff about his mom. The man kind of went through a lot of things. And then, for Errol, as D Free said it best, he did what your favorite fighter won't do. He went out there, gave up his whole A side. Almost, in my opinion, I feel like he got hustled because Bud knew he could beat him. And Bud just said, "Oh, you gonna give me more? Oh, you gonna give me more? You gonna give me more?" And just kept taking everything. And I think, as we look back on this in the halls of history, man, we're gonna just say, you know what? Bud might have just been the better fighter. And if I was Errol, I would be trying to get me a Canelo fight. I wouldn't be worried about fighting Bud. Because let's be honest here, Earl ain't the biggest guy in the world, pause. But guess what? He does not need to be at no 154, 147. If Floyd Mayweather's saying that, come on. If Floyd's saying that, D3, we gotta take something about that, man. What you think?
Not necessarily. I mean, Floyd can say what he want to say, but he ain't Earl. I mean, he's on the outside looking in. So Earl knows his body. He know if 54 is not enough or if he need to go to 160. So I mean, some of the stuff Floyd say, you can sit there and say, okay, Floyd said this shit. Hey, this shit might be what you need to do. But other stuff, you can't judge another man's body unless you are that man. You can't judge his body because Earl knows how much he can push his body. He knows what his body is capable of doing, and he knows what his body is not capable of doing. So he's the only one that can judge that. Even his trainer can't even make that judgment. So I'm definitely not going to listen to somebody that's not in his camp. So I mean, like I said, whether Earl was dehydrated, whether he got the quote unquote neurological damage or whatever it might have been that was off with Earl that night, it had nothing to do with Bud Crawford being on steroids. Bud Crawford was not juicing. Bud Crawford was just a better man that night, and that man came on. As far as I know, as far as all of the reports and everything, that man came in that fight on the up and up. So until something says otherwise, I'm gonna leave it as that.
And you know what, man? I gotta give you credit, man, because at the end of the day, not many people gonna, be straightforward. And that's how we gotta be because we both pick Errol. And I remember watching the fight, salute to my brother Dub Right Side. Every big fight, Dub Right Side comes and calls these fights for us. And man, I was just horrified.
That was the worst I've ever seen Earl, and it very well could have been the fact that Bud Crawford was just that good. We'll find out if they have the rematch. As far as I know, Earl wants the rematch, so we'll find out if Bud is just that good, or if it was just the fact that Earl was he stayed at the weight class too long. We'll find out. But until then, like I said, I'm not putting no jacket on nobody unless you got evidence. And if, like I said, if that's the case, then I have to put that jacket on Devin Haney. And as far as I know, Devin Haney ain't taking no daggone steroids. I had to put the jacket on anybody else. So I can't just say, oh, because Bud beat Earl and he's with the SNAP program, he's on steroids. But Devin Haney's with the SNAP program, he ain't on steroids. No, how do you know? His test came back negative the same way that Devin Haney's test came back negative. So no, you can't do that.
And like I was saying, if you know anything, about boxing, people working out, nothing about Bud Crawford looks like he's juicing. Nothing.
Right. Right. Hey, AJ, I feel you. I don't respect Conti neither. Don't nobody that I know of respect Conti. But we can't penalize Bud for that.
No, no.
That's just a bad judgment. I mean, everybody got one of those friends that you know that you like. No, I shouldn't even be around this dude. But he been around. He a loyal friend, and that man is always there. But you know he's a piece of shit, and he ain't doing what he's supposed to do. Whether he ain't taking care of one of his kids or he's cheating on his girl or something. It's something that man is doing. And you still cool with him. You still gonna be cool with him because he a good friend to you. He ain't doing nothing directly to you. So you still gonna be cool with him. But I mean, it is what it is. Just because he doing it doesn't mean you doing it.
Hey, it don't. And I'm gonna tell you, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. The chat is filling up, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. But please smash the like button if you're watching this on playback. Don't forget it's your boy BBO. Also, my brother D Free, the Oscar hater, Ring Magazine hater himself. In the flesh. Hey, and when we interview Oscar, I can't wait for y'all to see D Free apologize to him. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that.
I'm not gonna apologize for shit. What am I apologize for? I ain't say nothing bad about Oscar. I just say
All
he
the
ain't
hate,
beat.
man.
I say
All
he
the
ain't beat
hate.
Sweepy, and I tell Oscar that too. Nigga, you ain't beat Sweepy. And
Hey,
I was an Oscar fan at the time, and I
you can't,
still say
and you
Sweepy
can't, and it's
beat
the thing. This is the thing that D Free is saying, y'all. If y'all, I want to rewatch that fight so I can be for sure. He's saying that because Oscar did a lot of missing in that fight, not because Oscar wasn't in there beating his head up. He was beating him to death, but he did a lot of missing. Sweet Pea made him miss a lot.
that man Sweet Pea came out the ring looking the same way he went in the ring looking. As far as I know, the only person that I know that got beat to death and didn't look the same as they came in was Tio.
Oh, here we go. Hey,
I'm just saying.
attacking the former, undisputed champ, man, Teofimo Lopez. We expect better than that. Salute to my brother LDTV, man. He never shouted me out, but I still love you, brother. But you know what? I've been dealing with this for 400 years as a black man. They never want to give us no recognition. LDTV is just doing, he's carrying on that same tradition. Salute to my brother. Salute to my man, CDK Boxing. He said Oscar lost that fight. CDK Boxing, we need you to stop capping out. Please stop capping out, man.
No,
Please.
the vast majority is against you. You do know that, right?
I
You
know
do
that.
know that. The vast majority believes that Sweet Pea won that fight.
But let me ask you this, and I only want to keep, because we always gotta go over this same old fight. Even though Bruce Gass settled it and said Oscar won in dominant fashion, we got to go ahead and redo this fight. But let me ask you this, man: who wins in a fight, Tio versus Tank?
Who wins?
Yes, who you think wins in that fight?
I got Tank winning that fight. And that takes nothing from Tio. Tio, like I said, Tio is a great talent. He got excellent ability. He got decent power. He got decent boxing ability. I just don't think that his head is on straight. Now, what I will tell you that Tio, he does rise to the occasion. He does rise to the occasion when the chips are stacked against him. He does rise to the occasion. But Tank is not Josh Taylor. Tank is not Lomachenko.
Hey, I'll tell you this though.
Hold on one second. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
I'll tell you this though. This is a funny thing about the sport that we love, y'all. Um, when we think about boxing coming up, I really want to ask y'all in the chat, man. Who do you guys have winning versus King Canelo versus the Iron Man Charlie? I'm just interested to hear from the chat and see who y'all got winning, man. I want y'all to spam the chat. Let me know who y'all think is gonna win that. He said Conti is a snake. That's all I'm saying. AJ, what you saying is a fact. I think Victor Conti is what he's always been, an attention whore. He's someone who constantly is attacking other fighters. He always got something negative to say about another fighting group. He always want to ask him about Vada, but he never worry about his own fighter. He's just a classic hater. And that's what he is. Oh, here we go. Here we go with Mark. My brother Mark Nash again with some unwarranted female hate. What he say? Didn't rise to the occasion versus Cambosos. At the end of the day, the man almost died. I got to keep bringing that up to my brothers that don't understand it. The man almost died, man. You making me take up for him. I don't really want to do that, man. So I'm
Fuck
gonna just say
Fred,
this.
fuck Howard, and fuck all of them.
What about Robin? She's hot, right?
Hey, and I'm gonna leave it at that. He said, "Sweet Pete kick Oscar's tail." Pause. Whoa. Well, that was crazy. That was crazy what you just said, man. That was crazy. But we know that didn't happen. All it was that Oscar missed a lot. He said it's not hate, it's a fact. Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you guys this. Did Tio Female not as a heavy underdog go in there and dominate Josh Taylor? Did we see that?
He wasn't a he wasn't a heavy underdog. He was an underdog, but he wasn't a heavy underdog. He was an underdog though, but not heavy.
And what I gotta do this to my brother Mark Nash. I gotta do this to my big brother. I gotta snatch his chain, man. He's out of pocket, man. I gotta snatch his chain, bro. I gotta snatch his chain. And you know what? I'm gonna snatch D Free's chain as well for saying that Oscar lost. So I gotta snatch his chain too. But to tell you the truth, man, what I'm excited so much about is this Charlo versus Canelo fight. Hey, D Free, let me ask you this. If Charlo was to win this fight, what does that mean for his legacy, man?
Um, for his legacy, I mean, it will be the biggest win of his career. Because like I said, we all know that Canelo is a great fighter. He just ducked some of the fights that he should have fought. But it would elevate. I mean, you have an argument now between Jamel Charlo and Bud Crawford, who's the best pound for pound, because Bud Crawford is a two division undisputed champion, and Jamel will be a two division undisputed champion. The only difference between the two is Jamel moved up two weight classes to get his undisputed, and Bud did one division. So you have an argument. I mean, I can't. I mean, I don't. I can see the argument going either way. I can see arguments for either side. So, I mean, I would love to see that debate if Jamel does beat Canelo. I would love to see that debate for somebody versus Jamel versus Bud, who's the number one who's the number one pound for pound fighter. I would love to see that.
Um, I'll say this. I'll say this. When it comes to what we seeing with Jamel Charlo, man, it's just absolute greatness. And I've been saying this for a long time. I thought Jamel Charlo would easily beat Errol to death, and I still feel like he'll beat Crawford to death because he's just too big for those guys. Pause. He just too big, too strong, too talented. And I think with Derek James adding some fundamentals to the game, I mean, it's just been. I mean, the kid has just been terrific. His other than his moments of lapses, because his brain get kind of stuck in neutral sometimes. I don't know why he do that, but his brain just gets stuck right in neutral. But when he's focused, he goes in there and just puts on a masterclass more times than not. So I think, this fight is going to be huge. And I don't want nobody doing what they do to Tank, because when it comes to Tank, they never want to give Tank any credit for Leo Santa Cruz. They say, oh, he dragged him up and blah, blah, blah. Man, stop. At the end of the day, if Canelo wins, I'm picking Charlo by knockout, by devastating knockout. I think he's gonna be the first man in history to stop the King Canelo, and I think it's just gonna be. I think the world's gonna be his after that. But that's just me. He said, my man TDK Fox said the fans win. I like Tio, but I like Tank, but Tio is the truth. I got Charlo. I don't believe Canelo's the same fighter he once was. He said, Mark Nash said, you making excuses. Um, I don't know what you're talking about. He said Charlo looking big as heck, and I'm rooting for Charlo. That's a great pick, AJ. I'm feeling. He said, shaking my head. Oscar did win. I'm with free. Correct. He said. He said. AJ said I agree. He said he made weight, got on the scale. Salute to my man Mark Nash. He said got in the ring and cashed a paycheck. No excuses. It doesn't go his way. Hey, that boy Teal was sick, man. What you think, D? Why don't people admit that Teal was sick, man?
Tio wasn't sick. He was sick after that fight when he realized he got beat by nobody. He was sick then. That's what made him sick. He got beat by nobody. And that man got sick. He got sick to his stomach. I can't believe I went out there and spoiled the goddamn bag. That's what he got sick about. But, make no mistake about it. If Jamel beats Canelo, however he beats Canelo, whether it's a unanimous decision, split decision, majority decision, knockout, however he beat Canelo, if he beats Canelo,
Yeah.
he is not the best fighter at 168 pounds.
Who?
Jamel. He is
That's
not.
fact. You know what's funny? Who's better than him other than Moreno?
No, in order for him to be the best fighter at 168 pounds, he had to beat the best fighter at 168 pounds. And he didn't do that.
Canelo's the best.
Dog, hold up. Let me finish. In order for Canelo to be the best fighter at 168 pounds, he would have to beat the best fighter at 168 pounds. He hasn't beat the best fighters at 168 pounds. He beat a fighter at 168 pounds. He only fought one 168-pound fighter, which was Caleb Plant. Everybody else that he fought, he brought up. Or
what about Billy Joe Sanders? Billy Joe Saunders or Sanders?
Billy Joe Saunders was not one of the best fighters at 168 pounds.
He had a WBO belt.
I don't care if he had a WBO belt. That doesn't mean you are one of the best fighters. That means you was in a situation where you got the opportunity to fight for a belt. It doesn't mean you were the best fighter. And like I said, you still had David Benavidez, who's been trying to get that fight with Canelo for years now. It's been at least 2 years that he's been trying to get that fight. And we all know that David Benavidez is one of the best fighters at 168 pounds. Up until David Morrell got on the scene, everybody thought that David Benavidez was the best fighter at 168 pounds. So until he beat one of those guys, he won't be the best fighter at 168 pounds.
I mean, that's crazy, man. He said, "How are you gonna snatch my chain for snatching yours?" Look at my brother Mark Dash. What do you say? Not true, because Earl and Mel fight very similar. Earl's a natural 54 fighter. No, Earl's a natural middleweight, bro. Let's just be honest. He says it's going to be a tough fight, Charlo. It's going to be a tough fight, Charlo, but I'm going for Charlo. Salute to my man, the boxing historian, man. My boy Marky Dan. He got this brother Marky Dan, man, is gonna be special with this boxing historian stuff, man. This kid knows, going all the way back to John L. Sullivan, Joe Louis, Jack Johnson, man. You want to know any great fighters, man. And my brother D Free can attest to this. This brother, man, Marky Dan, man, know what he's talking about. He said, Charlo looking big. He said Caleb Smith was, Billy Joe Saunders was a smart opportunist. How do you, let me ask you this, man. How do you say goofy stuff like that as if Billy Joe Saunders wasn't a true, legit 168-pound champion at 168? Because he was.
He was a champion. He was a champion. But that doesn't mean he was one of the best. Just because you're a champion.
I don't know where you get that from.
Let me put it this way. Say Usyk relinquished the 3 belts that he got, and Dillian White fights some bum for a vacant belt, and he becomes a champion. Does that make him one of the best at a heavyweight?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then.
It doesn't.
Okay then.
But we talking
you can have a belt. You can have a belt and not be one of the best at a division. That's all I'm saying. You can have a belt and not be one of the best at a division.
So this what I'm gonna do. I wanted to bring up this one thing. He said it wasn't. He got the opportunity because he had the belt at 60 and moved up and got that one. Let's be real. At the end of the day, Billy Joe Saunders is a drug cheat, and he lost his belt because whatever he was doing some type of cheating. So then because he's supposed to be fighting, I believe Demetrius Andrade. He's supposed to fight Demetrius Andrade. Something happened. The fight didn't happen at 160. Then he moved up to 168. It was just some straight up goof stuff. I don't know. But I'm gonna bring this brother up real quick. I want to ask him a couple questions. Salute my brother CDK Boxing, man. What's going on, man? Welcome to the show, bro. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Just left the casino and lost $400, but I'm all right.
Hey,
I'm all right.
hey, D3, if my brother CDK didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have none.
Yeah, I got bad luck. Hey, I wanted to
And
say something to what I wanted to respond to something D3 was talking about. Um, I feel like if Jamel Charlo beats Canelo, he's the best at 168. And the reason I'm gonna say that is Canelo is the only proven fighter at 168. We can say whatever we want to say about the eye test, looking at David, or looking at both Davids. I mean, they both look good, but Canelo is the only one that's really proven himself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going off of that. I mean, who has David Benavidez proven himself against outside of Caleb Plant?
Who did Canelo prove himself against besides Caleb Plant?
Who has Canelo proven himself against? You want me
At
to really go ahead?
168,
I'm
besides
talking
Caleb
about
Plant.
I'm talking about his overall resume. That's what I'm talking
I'm not
about.
talking about overall. I'm not talking about overall resume. I'm talking about at 168. 168 is
I
what we're
feel
talking
like
about.
this.
Not the
Okay.
overall resume.
Well,
168.
Canelo, who got all the belts?
It doesn't matter. I just explained. You can get the
I
belts
heard when you
and still
explained it, but
haven't.
you
And
took.
still,
You know what
can
you
get the
done? You
belts
took.
and still haven't beat the
Yeah.
best fighters by getting the belts.
Hold
That
on.
doesn't mean
You right.
anything.
You right, but you said you took Dillian White and compared him to Canelo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And I don't think.
if that was
I
the
don't
case,
think.
if that was the case, why did Canelo fight David Benavidez when he had the WBC belt? Why did he wait till David Benavidez lose his belt and then decide to fight for it?
I tell you why he didn't fight him. He can't beat him. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still
So
gonna
he can't
give.
be the best. Then if he can't beat him, he can't be the
Listen,
best.
the reason I'm saying he the best because everybody considers him the best. I'm going off of what you know is gonna be the real conversation is. I agree with what you're saying, but we know it's gonna be the real conversation if Jamel Charlo wins, right?
I don't care. I don't care about what other people talk about. I'm talking about what the actual facts is. The actual facts is
I'm gonna say this right here.
he did not beat the best at 168, so I can't crown him as the best
But hold
at
on.
168. Now he's the champion at 168. No doubt about that. He's the undisputed champion, but that doesn't mean
Right.
that you're the best.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason I don't believe Canelo beats David now, I just don't think he's the same fighter. Just like I got Charlo beating him. I don't. From what I seen from the John Ryder fight, Canelo's not the same fighter he used to be. All I see him doing now is looking for one shot. You know what I'm saying? He don't got the same kind of movement he used to have. So I really don't see him beating Charlo. My personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I believe Charlo wins this fight.
I'm not gonna say I don't see him beating him. I think Charlo has the skills and the ability to beat Canelo from
Right.
what we see from the last three fights
Right.
that Canelo had. He's looked like he's declining. So I believe
Yeah,
that Charlo has the skills and the ability to beat Canelo. I'm not saying that he will because who knows?
Right.
Canelo might have one of his best nights in his career. He might have one of his
Yeah.
best nights and he go out there and stop Jamel. It's a possibility. But I don't see that happen. I see if Canelo wins, I see Canelo winning on the scorecard. And
Me too.
9 times out of 10,
You know,
it might be a robbery. It might.
the only thing that's
let me say this real quick before you go, CDK. Now, to say this, let's think about this. That boy Jamal Charlo, aka MC Gusto, man, is the bigger man. He's the bigger man, the stronger man, and there's no excuse if he doesn't beat Canelo. And I don't see him not beating Canelo because we always see him rise to the occasion. When it came
you said there's no excuse. So if he goes out there and he beats the snot out of Canelo and he gets robbed on the scorecard, there's no excuse.
I don't see that happening, man. I just don't see that happening.
Whether you see it happen or not, if it happens, that's no excuse.
They're not gonna rob him in Vegas like that. He's a pound for pound guy, bro. You can't rob him like that.
What?
I don't know.
Haven't we been arguing since me and you joined up? Haven't we been arguing about Sweet Pea and Oscar?
But we all know Oscar won.
No, they didn't take BBO, you need to snatch your own chain behind that, man. I've watched that fight about 10 times. You snatch your own chain. Oscar didn't win that fight.
You said what?
Snatch your own chain.
Hey,
I want you to snap
CK,
it.
CK, you my brother, but you get this right now. You got to get what you really doing.
You don't know shit about boxing. You don't know.
Hey,
Hey, listen
hey,
to this though. Hey, D Free, going. I was thinking about also what you were saying, but listen, I got Charlo. What if Charlo wins in impressive fashion? Like, what if he goes out there and really dominates? Like everybody first they had anyway being the pound for pound best. Then at the Terrence Crawford performance, everybody say ain't no question about it. So what if Charlo beats Canelo like that? Could you then say, okay, well maybe I can look at him and say he's the best at that weight class?
No, I can't say he's the best at that weight class until you beat the best. Now I can say there's a possibility that he can be the best because we just saw him do something to Canelo that nobody else would do. Like if he go out there and knock Canelo out, I can say, okay, there's a possibility that he can be the best at once he did, but I can't crown him the best if you haven't fought that guy David Morrell and that guy David Benavidez, because we know those are the two top guys at 168 right now. So
if he knocks
those guys, I can't crown you that.
Hey, if he knocks Canelo out, I'm crowning him the best at 168. Canelo ain't never been. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I've been saying if he, in my eyes, if he knocks Canelo out, knocks him out, I got to make him number one. Canelo ain't never been knocked out.
Let me ask you this. Since you say that, did you say Buster Douglas was the best heavyweight when he knocked out Mike Tyson?
Man, we know Mike Tyson won't cope.
I'm not asking that because at that time Mike Tyson was the best heavyweight. Did you say Buster Douglas was the best heavyweight when he knocked out Mike Tyson?
I don't remember what I said. I think I probably crying. To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, D, I probably crying. I think I was crying. I don't remember what I said.
I don't hate the kid.
You don't.
I don't hate the kid, but I just like to put him in the.
If you didn't give Buster Douglas the best fighter at heavyweight when he beat the best fighter at that time at heavyweight, how you going to give Jermell Charlo the best fighter at 168 when Canelo hasn't fought the best guys at 168?
I mean, but I'm going off Canelo's overall resume.
He's free. That is cap, man. You know what it is. You know what it is. I don't know if you guys familiar with a show, man, called Drink Champs. But
yeah,
you gotta watch people like Nori and D Free, man. These Spanish cats, man. You gotta watch these guys, man. Let me read a couple of these comments real quick. What he said, Canelo gasses out the 6 rounds. That's a fact, AJ. He said Canelo should have been fought Benavidez. That's cap. Benavidez ain't fought nobody. He said in order to be the best, he gotta fight them. He gotta fight them fights like Benavidez whenever he want to or not. Whether he wants to or not.
Hold up, BBO.
Go ahead.
You said that's cap. David Benavidez hasn't fought nobody. Right?
Correct.
But you give Canelo credit for fighting Ricky Saunders, Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders ain't fight nobody.
He a 2 divisions champion.
He was a champion. You heard what he said. And when David Benavidez had that WBC belt, Canelo said, "Oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna skip over 168. I'm gonna go to 175." And then when David Benavidez lost it on the scale, then he decided to get Caleb Smith and fight for the vacant belt.
Well, also you got to remember this, that when David Benavidez lost the belt on the scale, he was offered the great Arthur Beterbiev, and he turned that down. Don't forget that.
I'm not talking about David Benavidez. I'm talking about Canelo.
Okay.
I'm not talking about David Benavidez. David Benavidez never fought at 175. Canelo did twice.
Hey, D, let me ask you a question though. Now, okay, you saying that, but when the Canelo fought Caleb Plant, right, and David fought him, who looked better in that fight to you? Which one of those between David and Canelo? Honestly, who looked better?
Canelo.
Actually, both of them look about the same because Caleb Plant was outboxing both of them for the first 6-7 rounds. He was outboxing both.
I ain't gonna lie. I was really like far as David go, man. I look at David, man. I was like, okay, at first I was saying like before he fought Caleb Plant. I was like, man, I think he'll dominate far as when it comes down to him and Canelo getting in the ring. But when I saw him fight Caleb, I felt like Canelo done a better job, to be honest with
And what I'm gonna tell you, what I'm gonna tell you what that one is. What I'm gonna tell you what that one is. Yeah, Canelo got the stoppage. Canelo got the stoppage. But I also believe that Caleb Plant learned a lot fighting fighting Canelo when he got in the ring with David
I agree.
Benavidez. They're the same type of fighter. They don't have footwork.
Yeah.
Canelo has more head movement, but neither one of them have footwork. And I believe that Caleb Plant learned to let me survive. Let me not just try to go out there and just try to run around the ring and think I'm gonna get away, because eventually they're gonna corner me. And that's what happened when he fought Canelo. But when he got in there with David Benavidez, I believe he learned from what the mistakes that he made with Canelo. It's like, okay, he might beat me, but he's not gonna knock me out.
Right.
No, but you're missing the fact that Kenny Bayless was making sure that Caleb Plant didn't go to bed, holding him up, pulling David off of him. Pause. It was a travesty. We got to read some of these comments. Salute to my man Vic. Hey, again, Vic. Salute to my brother Vic. He was right about Terrence Crawford. We got to give him his props. He said the same reason he changed his mind about unifying at 160. Canelo's a coward. That's cap. At the end of the day, you know. But you saying that, I got
that ain't cap. That ain't cap. That man said I was going. That man Canelo said I want to be undisputed at 160, and Boo Boo had the last belt. That man said I'm going to 168.
He changed his mind.
Hey, I agree with that though. I felt like he did duck Boo Boo. I really believe that.
He ducked Boo Boo and he ducked Jamal, because when Jamal was his dad going mandatory, that man said, "Give me that goddamn franchise."
Well, guess what? He was gonna fight Jamel, but Jamel decided to pick Irish Rose over that.
He wasn't going to fight Jamel. He was supposed to fight Jamal.
No, I'm talking about recently. He had a chance. Jamal had a chance to fight Canelo, and he chose that Ride Irish Rose over fight Canelo.
No, he had a chance to fight Jamal and David Benavidez. That man decided to go fight Demetrius Bivol and Triple G for less money.
He dared to be great. You're right. He dared to be
I
great.
just want people to. I really want to have a moment of silence for Jamal Charlo boxing career, because it's over. I don't know what's on good guy, man.
And the bad thing about it is, I believe Canelo had the ability to beat all those guys at one point in time. He was that good of a fighter that I believe he would have beat Jamal and Jamel and Boo Boo and Demetrius at the time that he should have fought him. But I think he got whooped by Floyd so badly, that man said, "I'm not fighting that type of style no more."
Now you know what though? He did he fought Laura after Floyd.
Yeah, so
he got whooped in that fight too, because a lot of people say
he lost that fight. He did. No, I agree. He lost that fight. But I'm saying
he won that fight. He won that fight 7-5, man. Y'all capping.
No, I had him losing 7-5. I ain't gonna lie.
To be honest with you, I have to go back and rewatch that fight to score it again. But I had it, me personally, I had it a draw.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I had Laura winning 7-5.
I had it a draw because Canelo had moments in that fight and Laura had moments in that fight, and I think it was about even as far as the
it was close.
I looked at it, when I scored round by round, and when I finished at the end of the 12th round, I had it 6-6. So I could. Some people say Laura won. Some people say Canelo won.
Yeah, but I believe he won. A
lot of people, it's more people saying Laura won than it is Canelo won.
Hey. You know what's crazy though, man? Laura still is fighting good.
Let me say this though. Everybody in the chat, man, please smash the like button, man. Don't moonlight, man. Let everybody on YouTube know that the Roll with the Punches podcast is doing it. We got my brother, the Oscar hater himself, the Ring Magazine hater himself, D3 in the building. We got my man who don't get nobody no credit, CDK Boxing in the building. Salute to my man Vic. He said that's crazy, BBO. Salute to my brother Josh. Salute to my man BC. Sending love. He said Canelo can't front, but Plant was putting paws on both of them easily. Plant just have no gas tank issues. You need to get that stuff Bone Gunners on. Whatever she's on, he didn't get some of that. He said to this
She
day,
still and
Andre,
she still be having gas tank issues.
yeah. Hey, she keep putting that cheap gas in that Porsche, man.
Yeah,
He said,
yeah.
to this day, Andre is one fighter Canelo wouldn't even entertain because Canelo know in the back of his mind. At the end of the day, man, respectfully, Josh, that's straight cap, and you know it. At the end of the day, Demetrius Andrade is a terrible fighter. He fought people like Luke Keeler. Um,
No, let me say this though. Let me say this because I hear you say that. I hear a lot of people say that, not just you. I hear a lot of people say that. Y'all say, "Oh, this guy hasn't fought nobody. That guy hasn't fought nobody." No, at one time, Canelo hasn't fought nobody. He ain't fought. He didn't fight nobody until somebody gave him the opportunity to fight him. So y'all keep saying that this guy hasn't fought nobody. They never going to fight nobody if nobody gives them the opportunity to fight him. And I keep telling you, if these guys are such easy work, why not go get that easy payday? They was offering that man $50 million to fight Jamal. They
well, he
was
wanted to
offering
go
him
be
50,
great, D free.
and,
He wanted to go be great.
he wasn't. He wasn't great. That man got his ass whooped, and he could have got his ass whooped for $50 million instead of getting his ass whooped $40 million.
Well, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Hey, D free. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Boo Boo? I think Boo Boo is a good fighter. How do you think? Yeah, I mean, how you see this fight playing out between him and David?
Um, I can see it.
You think he's up in age now?
I can see it go either way. I'm gonna tell you this: if Boo Boo fights like he fought at 160 and use his legs,
right.
he can give David Benavidez problems because I saw what Caleb Plant did to David Benavidez for the first 6 rounds.
Right.
The problem that I had is Boo Boo is older. He's older now.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
And the first fight that I saw him at 68, he didn't look that good. Now that could have just been ring rust, but it's been over a year now since he fought. Since then, so I'm a favorite David Benavidez, but I wouldn't be surprised if Boo Boo come out there and he beat David Benavidez because I saw how David Benavidez look against people that can box and can move. And make no mistake about it, Boo Boo do have respectable power.
Yeah, he do. And I'm gonna tell you something. I believe the difference between him and Caleb Plant. Boo Boo can go like that for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? As far as moving around the ring and stuff. And Caleb gas is out. But I'm kind of scared that Boo Boo up in age now, and I don't know if he's gonna be the same fighter he used to be. I think it's gonna be a better fight than people think.
Yeah, I think it is because, like I said, David Benavidez has a problem with boxers. I mean, anybody that doesn't have good footwork, you always gonna have problems with boxers. I don't care how good of a fighter is. If you don't have good footwork, you're gonna have problems with boxers. So I can see David Benavidez having problems. It's just in the later rounds when Boo Boo slows down, he's not gonna gas out, but he's gonna slow down.
Right.
And we know David Benavidez, his gas tank stay on full. When Boo Boo when it slows down, is he going to be able to avoid the onslaught that David Benavidez is going to put on him? Because David Benavidez is going to throw multiple combinations every single round once he's able to get up to Boo Boo and track him down.
Yeah. He's gonna have to hit David with something to make him respect his power. He's gonna have to catch him with something, you know what I'm saying, hit him with something hard, make him powerful, and make him, you know what I'm saying, really respect his power. Because if he don't, he's gonna do like he done Caleb Plant. He's gonna he's gonna run over top of him.
Right.
Well, you know, Sonny Liston said it best, man. You can run, but I'm gonna catch up to you, and that's what Canelo's been doing. I think what you're saying is true to some extent, Josh. That you know, Laura really put on a masterclass boxing performance against Canelo. I can see you seeing that fight 7-5 Canelo, because it was a tough fight. Canelo, it was one of Canelo's tougher fights, and I mean, really, what Canelo struggles with is anybody that's more athletic than him. If you're more athletic than Canelo, he usually don't want to fight you because it's kind of tough for him with those slow feet. That's why he looks so good against Danny Jacobs, because Danny Jacobs doesn't have a lot of athleticism, but he has a little bit. But
Yeah, he don't move. Danny
he
don't
don't
really move like that.
he don't really move.
That
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's the reason why he jumped to fight at Danny Jacobs, especially after how Danny Jacobs looked against Triple G. Because
Yeah,
remember, he didn't want to fight Danny Jacobs either before Triple G fought him. Because he was supposed
right.
to fight Danny Jacobs before Triple G fought him, and he didn't want to fight him then. It was after Triple G fought Danny Jacobs. That's when Canelo said, "Okay, I'll fight him now."
And he said Laura outboxed Saul, but Canelo landed the hardest shot. And you know what? I don't know how you guys look at it, but when you land the hardest
That's
shot,
true.
it's a
Yeah,
big deal.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Let me,
He did.
yeah,
He
yeah.
did land the hardest shot.
well,
It
let me
can
say
it can it can play a part on the judges when you land the bigger shots, but at the same token, if you judge the round like you're supposed to judge the round,
Right.
that the bigger shots don't really mean unless you land a lot of them in that round. Now you might say, okay, he landed the bigger shots throughout the round, but I mean throughout the fight, but in this round he wasn't really landing big shots. That Laura had that round, and then this round,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, he landed a couple of big shots, and Laura didn't really do too much. You give Canelo that round, but you got to judge it round by round, not the
Right.
whole fight, and look at the highlights and say, okay, yeah, he landed the bigger shot. Laura was doing some work, but he landed the bigger shot. No, you got to go round by round. When
Yeah.
that round is over, forget about that one. Go to the next round.
Yeah,
and,
you can't
you know,
give
what?
Canelo the round if Laura landed 18, 19 punches and Canelo only landed 7. You know, that's what he landed some good shots, but Laura made him miss a whole lot.
And that's the type of crap that a lot of fighters do. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, when it comes to a Mexican style fighter, we seen it with Errol Spence. It's tough for a Mexican fighter to really beat these black slick fighters, man, because they move around and they make such good use of the ring. Salute to my man Josh saying, and Boo Boo is a real switch hitter. Um, he does look a little zesty, but I think no, I'm joking. But he definitely can fight. He was actually the #1 prospect coming out the amateur. So I mean, Boo Boo
Yeah.
Andre has been known for a very, very long time. I think I believe he even was at one point planning to fight Anthony Joshua at heavyweight. Um, Boo Boo has all the talent in the world. He's just a cornball dude who really just don't know what he's doing, and it's just what it is. Um,
Yeah. And
and
I'm gonna say this real quick before you go on. The thing is, when you look at these guys and you'll say, okay, this guy he landed 25 shots, and this guy he landed 4 shots, but those were the hardest shots.
mhm,
It doesn't matter because the 4 criteria in boxing is defense, effective punching, effective aggression, and ring generalship. So if this guy landed 4 shots, okay, he might have the effective punches. But if this guy got the better defense, the better aggression, and the better ring generalship, that guy wins the round. Not the guy that only check off on one of the boxes, but the guy that
mhm.
checks off on all 3 of the other boxes, that guy wins the round.
And that's a fair. Pardon me, that's a fair assessment. I mean, salute to my man Josh said Canelo may have landed 2 or 3 big shots around. Nothing more than that. He getting outboxed thoroughly. But I'll say this. I mean, this is the thing about boxing. What D Free saying is very true. But I think the way that they're judging boxing is very outdated because it's very hard to dominate a champion. It's hard to take the belt, so to speak, from him. Like when when Lomachenko got absolutely robbed in Vegas recently, it's because they wanted him to take the belt from Devin Haney. It's hard to dominate a champion. If it was easy to
I
dominate a
would say
champion, he
I would
wouldn't
say
be
he
a
got robbed.
champion. But let me
I
say
would
this.
say he got
Right.
robbed.
Go ahead.
I said I would say he got robbed.
No, I
Well,
wouldn't either.
well,
I still had Devin winning.
I would say this. If you say William got robbed, usually you got to have a mask and you usually need, a weapon when you take a decision like that from somebody. So I won't say rob, but usually people wear a mask and have a weapon when they do what that happened to him that night.
Nah,
Um,
because just because see y'all I ain't gonna say y'all.
No,
most
not y'all,
people
not y'all.
look at most people look at okay, he was landing shots. He was landing shots on Devin Haney. But did you pay attention to the shots that Devin Haney was landing on him when he was going to
I
the
did.
body? Because those body shots also count as well as a headshot. So
Yes.
just because you saw Loma land a couple of headshots and Devin Haney head goes back, but you got to look at all of the body shots that Devin Haney was landing throughout.
He almost stopped him.
Let me ask you a question,
Yeah.
BBO. Hey, BBO.
I saw Lomachenko bend over a few times when Devin hit him to the body. So Devin almost stopped him as well.
Hey, BBO. Out of the first 6 rounds, how many rounds did you give Lomachenko?
Honestly, I only gave him 2 out the first 6 rounds.
I ain't gonna lie, I gave him 1.
I gave him the 3rd round and the 4th round.
Okay.
And
see, I gave him 1.
So you gave him 2. How many you gave him on the last 6?
On the last 6, I had to fight total 7-5 his way. I thought
I ain't asked you what you had to fight total. I said what you give him on the last 6. If you only gave him Loma in the first 6 too, what you give him on the last 6? Because I know for a fact you couldn't have gave him more than 4 rounds in the last 6.
That's it. And Devin definitely won the last round to me.
Exactly. And Loma even said that Devin won the last round. He took that round off. So you couldn't have gave him more than 4 because Devin won one of those rounds in the back half. So if you gave him 2, so that means you had it the same way I had it, which was a draw.
Okay. And I had it 7-5 Devin. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Actually, no, I take it back. I didn't have it a draw. I had it 7-5 Devin Haney. But I said I can't be mad if somebody had it a draw. I had it 7-5 Devin Haney. But I said I'm not gonna be mad if somebody called it a draw because it was that close. But if you said you gave Loma only 2 rounds in the first, you couldn't have gave Loma no more than 4 rounds in the second half.
Right.
All I can say is this, man. When you look at the fight,
What the fuck you say?
hey, this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say, man.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just say this real quick.
What I'd say is this, Murder. It's us Ohio boys. You know how we get, you know how us Ohio niggas get down, nigga. Ohio nigga, double O. What's up, yo? Columbus, Akron, Cleveland, Springfield, Dayton, Youngstown. What's up, y'all? Cincinnati too. I forget about you. You know I love y'all niggas. What I'd say.
Hey.
I give this nigga BBO every night. Every night I give BBO.
Hey, bro, you got him. Then you got him.
let me say this in my response. What the Canelo and Ring Magazine haters basically saying is this: if you look at and Josh made a good point in the chat. Salute to Josh saying this. If you look at the 11th round in the Teal and the Lomachenko fight, it looked like if Loma wasn't such an arrogant bastard, he would have won both fights, and I really believe that. If he wouldn't, if he wouldn't have been so arrogant,
look what your boy Vic say. Look what your boy Vic said to you.
He said, "Oh Lord, I came back to the Ukrainian tears for the great Loma." Hey, what I gotta say, my brother Vic is just smash the like button. It's your boy BBO Boxing. Make sure you stop saying stuff that you be saying, because that my brother Vic be out of pocket the stuff he be saying. What do you say? Bending knees.
Hey, hold on though. Hey, D-Free, can we still get BBO? We still want to hear your scoring. How did you have the back half of that fight score?
I see what you're trying to do, CDK. You want to try to go ahead and go at the black man. I get it.
Oh, man.
I know for a fact that BBO had it 4-2 Loma in the second half. That's how I know you had it a draw. You keep saying the Loma got robbed, but you scored it a draw.
I did score the draw. You're right. You're right. I did score the draw. I'll give you that. I did score the draw. But I'll say this. I'm gonna say this. That's because Loma's arrogance. Has really hindered his whole career. The fact is that he could have stopped Devin, and if he would have won that 12th round, There's who's to say he wouldn't have become an undisputed champion?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. If he would have won that 12th round, he would have been the 135 undisputed champion right now. If he would have won that 12th round, they would have gave it to Loma. I'm going on record right now saying if Loma would have won that 12th round, he would have gave it to Loma.
I believe it.
Hey, and what that boy Vic say? He said he dodging. Hey Vic, I'm gonna tell you this, man. When you talk about boxing, man, everything you say, you make some good points, but you go off emotion, man. You go off emotion. I go off what I see. I just go off what I see.
What's going on, 86 boxing?
86
What's going on with you? Appreciate you coming through. My brother Thomas from the Bronx. What's going on with you? Appreciate you coming through.
Salute to my brother Tommy from the Bronx, man. Make sure you bring me an egg and cheese, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I just what I like about what I love about this year is we have a lot of big fights, and it's really nothing to complain about this year. Really nothing to complain about. It ain't. The only thing, if you complaining, you nitpicking, because we had a lot of great fights this year, a lot of them. Whether they turned out the way you wanted to turn out or not, it's all about seeing the fight. Now you can root for whoever you want to root for. That everybody has their favorites. Everybody has who they like. That I don't knock nobody who they like. But my whole thing is I just want to see the fight, regardless of what the outcome is, because I don't make no money off none of these fights. The only money I make off of it is doing my daggone live streams. That's the only thing I make money.
Hey, D-Free, let me ask you a question about this fight. I got Wilder. I just think Joshua looks like a robot. He don't, you know what I'm saying? I just see he don't move his head. He stay on the swivel. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck you say? Nigga, I was on a map before I ever met you. What the fuck you say?
How do you see that fight playing out?
That's
what I would say with Joshua. This last fight that he had with Robert Helenius, he looked a lot better. He looked a lot better. He still doesn't move his head as much. I mean, as much as he needs to, but he moved it more. That's what I'm gonna say. He moved it more. He still hasn't moved as much as he needs to. Now, when it comes to him facing against Deontay Wilder, I still say all he has is a puncher's chance. If he can land that punch on Wilder. That's the only shot he got, is if he can land a big shot on Wilder, because I believe Wilder is definitely going to land his 1-2 on him. He's going to land the 1-2 on Anthony Joshua. There's no mistake about it. Anthony Joshua.
You say he looked better. He looked better against Robert Helenius, but are you taking into consideration?
He looked better than his previous fights. In this fight, Robert Helenius, he had more footwork. He had more head movement. He still looked. I'm not gonna say he looked robotic. He's more hesitant. Like he's thinking. He's thinking of the shots that he needs to take instead of just taking a shot. He's trying to set up the.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this before you go. Let me say this before you go on that CDK. Y'all just heard a bunch of capping from two of my brothers, man, on this AJ versus Deontay Wilder. Right. The funny thing is this: if you
who are you talking about?
What did I say that was a cap? Because I said that AJ looked better in this fight with Robert Helenius than he did in his previous fight. He didn't.
No, what I'm saying is this: not so much you, D.
No, answer the question. Did he look better? He did.
How did I cap?
Let me finish. What I'm saying is this: my brother CDK, man, my brother CDK loves to not give Joshua credit. He did not look robotic.
I'm not giving him credit. I'm not gonna give him no credit.
He looked great. He looked great. I'm gonna tell you why he looked great. He did a great job transitioning from defense to offense. He had a great jab, great balance. I don't know if y'all seen his balance. His balance was.
I seen it.
And what you see.
I'm still trying to figure out what I cap about.
I want to talk about.
Can I answer this? Can I answer this though? Let me say this right here.
But
Robert Helenius
BBO.
took the fight on 7 days' notice. 7 days' notice. So how much credit do you want me to give him?
this is what I'm telling you, man. It's a fight. I don't want to hear that.
No, no. Hey,
He's coming off a win. That's the thing. He coming off a win. Let me finish. He's
Hey,
coming off a win, CDK.
Go ahead.
okay.
If you look at what you've seen with Jermaine Franklin, and you look at what you've seen with Robert Helenius, it looked like a guy who's really taking his art serious, and really is looking like. And we can be honest, in heavyweight boxing, as these guys get into their late 30s,
Yeah.
they kind of hit their prime. He's looking like he's starting to hit his
You're right.
prime. And
So can we get you? Can we get you right now on video, on live stream to give your pick? Are you saying that Joshua beat Wilder? Is that what you're saying?
No, Wilder knocks him out in 4 rounds. But I'm just trying to tell you, what I'm trying to tell you is that AJ looked terrific. And what you're seeing with AJ, and I'm be honest with you, but I believe this. I think that Tyson Fury beats Wilder to death. So
He do. I agree.
So it's just a bad matchup for AJ, and the reason I say it's a bad matchup for AJ because AJ is very chinny, like a lot of you.
Yeah. This is also coming from a guy that believed that Usyk can beat Wilder as well.
Who?
I think so.
He said Usyk would beat Wilder to death. That's what he said.
No, he won't. No, he won't. No, he won't.
Can I ask you a question?
And he didn't say pause or nothing. He just said Usyk beat Wilder.
What? Take a chain. Take a chain. Take a chain.
Hey, let me say this. Salute to my brother Vic, saying definitely look great. This what I'm saying. This what I'll say to this, man.
Right. Thank you, Vic.
When you talk about Usyk, did y'all not see Big Daddy Bo get beat to death by Evander? Did you not see Evander?
You keep bringing that up. I already shot that shit down. Shot that shit down last week.
No, you didn't.
He said, "Who got beat to death?"
Dog, you talking about Evander Holyfield, who is 6'2.5", and Riddick Bowe, who is 6'4". Now you talking about Usyk, who is 6'3", 6'2.5", against a guy that's 6'7", with an 85-inch arm reach.
Right.
What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. I'm thinking his boxing ability. This is the thing that Tyson Fury doesn't want to fight. Tyson Fury does not want to fight anybody with.
Man, hey, if Tyson Fury and Usyk fight, Tyson Fury wins that fight easily.
And once again, if Usyk believed that he could beat Deontay Wilder, why did he decide to take his mandatory instead of fighting Deontay Wilder?
He ducked that man. He ducked him.
His mandatory wasn't called. He just said, "I'm gonna go ahead and fight him." They didn't call his mandatory. He just said, "That's the man that's in line to be my mandatory. I'm gonna go ahead and fight him." So why did he fight Deontay Wilder if he believed that he could beat him?
Because Wilder wanted to fight. He wanted it. Wilder wanted that fight.
And fighting Wilder, you get a bigger payday than fighting your mandatory. You get a bigger payday fighting.
You know what's so funny? I got to do what the people want. The people want me to snatch the chain, D. You talking crazy? You talking crazy?
You talking crazy? You the one that said that shit.
What?
You the one that said that.
This thing you missed.
You the one saying him fighting his mandatory is better for Usyk when he get less money, but you say he could beat this guy that you was gonna get more money for. The same way you was talking about with Canelo when he could have fought Jamal Charlo and David Benavidez. That was easy work, but he decided to turn down the $50 million that he would have got for each one of those guys.
This is what he did. This is what he did. He went in for one of the best fighters in the world, Demetrius Bivol. Demetrius
Bivol was not considered one of the best fighters in the world. 95% of the world don't even know who Demetrius Bivol is until he fought Canelo.
He's on the powerful call list, D3. I know.
The only reason why y'all talking about Demetrius Bivol is because he beat Canelo. Y'all wasn't talking about Demetrius Bivol before then.
Sure wasn't. Nobody was.
Look at my brother Vic. What he say? I got Usyk over Fury, and you know what? The reason I think Usyk beats Fury,
man, Usyk can't beat no Fury. Anybody taking Usyk gonna lose all their money.
CDK, let me say this. You the same guy that said Cool Boy could beat anyway, so we can't even go.
You the same guy that said Garcia could beat Davis.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
I will
I was
too.
wrong.
I will too. I will too.
What I will say is, I don't know if Usyk will beat Fury. I believe that Usyk presents a style that Fury don't want to deal with. That's what I will say.
Hey, D3, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I'm this is me. I don't even think the fight gonna be close. I don't believe he has a chance against Fury. I don't believe I could be wrong.
I don't think Tyson Fury would turn down the money that he was going to get if he thought that it was going to be an easy fight, because
I think Tyson Fury is back on coke again. Tyson Fury go through the moments.
Tyson Fury was going to get 70% of that of the bag.
And he should have took it. I know you're right, and you're right. I agree with you, but I'm telling you, I believe if they fight, I believe Tyson Fury beats that man easy.
I mean, he very well could beat him easy. I just think that Usyk presents a style that Tyson don't want to deal with.
I see what you're saying.
That's what I truly believe. I believe he really don't want to deal with that because it's going to be too much work. It's going to be too much work.
I see what you're saying, though.
That's what I'm gonna say. When you're talking about Tyson Fury, he wants to fight guys like Dillian White. Klitschko. He wants to fight guys like Deontay Wilder, guys with bad feet.
Actually, no. He didn't want to fight Deontay. Deontay went and got him off the couch, and in the second fight, that was Deontay promised him.
The first fight.
The first fight, Deontay went and got him. He didn't want to fight Deontay. Deontay went and got him because of AJ wouldn't fight Deontay. AJ wouldn't fight Deontay, so Deontay went and got Tyson. He was like, look, you ain't making no money right there, so how about you come fight me and make some money? And Deontay did that.
Deontay Wilder, we all know Deontay Wilder. He don't get enough credit. He actually brought Tyson Fury back to big time boxing, as well as he did. He also brought Ortiz as well to big time boxing. It's just a couple guys, Robert Helenius, Gerald Washington. It's a bunch of guys that Deontay Wilder brought to big time boxing. Deontay Wilder is one of those rare guys where I look at him as he sees himself as a champion, and because of the way he views himself, he actually kind of overachieves. And I'll never forget when Deontay Wilder went to the Olympics, man, he had the least experience on that team and came home with a bronze medal. And the reason he did that is because the kid was just an absolute, focused on what he could do. And really, just be honest here, Deontay Wilder, he kind of wasted some of his career with that knockout power. He said, I kind of fell in love with my right hand. And you know what? It happens to the best of them. Teofimo fell in love with his power. At different points in Tank's career, it looked like he kind of fell in love with his power. So it's not hard to say this, but I just think when it comes to certain fighters, man, I had to take a little time to say that about Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder just can't beat Tyson Fury. And I'll be honest with you, if Tyson Fury's allowed to lay and hold Usyk doesn't have a chance. But if Usyk can move around and fight the way he did AJ, because he hurt AJ that second fight. If he could do that again, he gonna easily beat Tyson Fury, in my opinion.
But see, the way you playing it, the first part of BVO, that's how I see it playing out. I see it playing out with Tyson Fury doing what you said he gonna do.
Yeah, he gonna lay and hold on him.
What BVO said is absolutely true. But the whole thing is, I believe that Tyson Fury don't want to have to go as Usyk, because Deontay Wilder, he didn't really have to search for Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder, he can box, but he doesn't move around the ring like Usyk does. Deontay Wilder, he pretty much stands right there and keep you at a distance, because he has such a long arm reach, and he's so tall. He don't have to move as much around the ring like Usyk does. Usyk is smaller. He's one of the smaller heavyweights because he fought at cruiserweight and he moved up to heavyweight. So he's a smaller heavyweight. So he has to move around the ring, because if he doesn't, he's at a disadvantage, because these guys are so much bigger than him. These guys are so much bigger than him that he's at a disadvantage. So he has to move around the ring, because he doesn't have the size to compete with those guys. He has to use his box.
That was crazy.
I said pause a long time ago. He has to use his boxing ability in order to compete with these guys, because he's not a natural heavyweight.
I feel what you're saying. And what Big said in the comments is very true. He said active hands, a little power beats Fury. Got hands, put on him before. I mean, if you're talking about the Cunningham fight, yes, that's true. But the thing is, Tyson Fury, pause, is a very big man, and he like to lay and hold on you. And if you don't have a ref that's
Yeah,
going to enforce the rules, it's tough to beat him because let's be honest here, Deontay Wilder, that third fight, I mean, he was holding Deontay's neck down, hitting him with uppercuts. I mean,
yeah,
he was just laying on him. He said Fury got to have to move a lot with Usyk. Fury like fighters who stand in front of him. Salute to my brother Kareem. Hey, if you guys are in the chat, man, please smash the like button. It's your boy BBO Boxing, man. It's your boy D Free, aka the Oscar hater, aka Ring Magazine hater. And salute to my brother CDK, man, aka I don't got no love for Teofimo Lopez. But I'll say this, man. Salute to my man Josh. He said, facts, Vic. Steve Cunningham put pause on Fury and dropped him. But then what happened after that? As soon as he was able to lay on
yeah,
Cunningham got beat to death.
yeah. He
Um,
did. He
I
did.
know what you're saying, Vic. I mean, but I just think it just depends on who the referee is. If you get a ref like Kenny Bayless, he might have a chance. But if you get any other ref other than Kenny Bayless, who kind of favors slick fighters, Tyson Fury cannot be beat because he gonna hold you, lay on you, and punch on you. And I mean, you got a 280, 300-pound man laying on you, man. Pause. It's tough to beat. That's very,
Yeah,
very tough to beat. I mean, I don't care who you are. Tyson Fury went in there and laid on Deontay. I think what he did on that third fight was cheating to me. Like he just laid on Deontay. Just
he
laid and
did.
hugged him, bit his ear, all this crazy stuff, man. And it was nothing that Deontay could do. And I'm gonna be honest here. If we think about Deontay Wilder as a fighter, it's certain guys that just couldn't beat certain guys. No
Right.
matter how good Larry Holmes was, Ali used to whoop his butt in sparring.
Yeah. It's
I
gone.
mean,
Yeah.
he used to beat the life out of Larry Holmes. And Larry Holmes, after Ali got out the division, beat everybody. And I'll tell you what you need with Tyson Fury is simply need a nice jab, quick feet, and that's what beat him. And I think Usyk is the man for the job. Could
But
I
you
be
know
wrong?
what?
Go ahead.
I agree with you as far as Usyk he has great boxing skills. I just feel like you said, Tyson Fury gonna do all that laying on you. He gonna do all that. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make it difficult to beat him. He's smart. He's smarter than people think he is in that ring.
Yeah, and you know what? For what you just said, Tom, is true to an extent, but I'm gonna snatch your chain because you don't know what you're talking about. But I'll tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you this, man. It wasn't the weight. It wasn't none of that. The fact is, Tyson Fury is probably one of the dirtiest fighters in boxing history. He's one of the dirtiest, craftiest fighters in
No,
boxing history.
hell no, hell no,
Who?
hell no.
Who?
You
Hey,
was talking
hold
about
on for a minute. Hold on for a
Andre
minute. Hold
Goliath.
on for a minute.
You
You know
talking
what
about
though?
Andre Goliath?
Yeah, but you know what though?
Andre Goliath used to hit you in a low blow on purpose.
You said
Oh
who?
man, he'll give you
Right in
10
front
of them. He'll give you 10 of
Ref
them.
would say,
He'll be,
ref would say, don't hit him with a low blow, and he'll go right back and hit him with another low blow right in front of the referee.
yeah, he'll give you 10 of them. He'll give you 10 of them in a match.
I think he got disqualified like 2 or 3 fights because of that.
He did against Riddick Bowe.
And this is what I got to
Different
say.
thing.
This is what I got to say. What you saying, Tom?
Fuck Fred, fuck Howard, and fuck all of them.
What about Robin? She's hot, right?
Robin?
Yeah.
Who cares about that bitch?
I wouldn't say
I
Tyson
really
Fury is a
do.
dirty fighter. I just say Tyson Fury is just a cheater. He's just a cheater.
BBO,
Go ahead.
you know, I was seeing what he said, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I wonder how Wilder would have done if he'd have stayed around 212, 210, around his regular weight. Do you think he would have been better off staying around his regular weight?
I don't think so. I just tell you this. It's just a bad fight for him. I'll put
I'm gonna
like
say it
this.
like this.
I'll put like this. Out of 10 times, I think Tyson Fury beats him 9 times in a row. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it like this. I want to see how Tyson Fury would have did if he'd have fought Deontay Wilder 3 times in a fair fight. Fair.
Yeah.
can I ask you a question?
No fucked up gloves, no egg weight, none of that shit. I want to see a fair fight. how he would have done. Now, he very well could have beat Deontay Wilder in a fair fight. Deontay Wilder could have very well beat Tyson Fury. I don't know, because we never got a chance to see 3 fair fights.
We did see a fair fight. The first one.
We saw one fair fight. One.
And the so-called fair fight that we seen, he put Deontay Wilder put him on the canvas twice.
You already saw the damage from Deontay Wilder. That man, that man has a dent in his head that he would have for the rest of his life. And by every doctor that I ever heard from, and every doctor that I've actually talked to, because I did talk to a couple of doctors to find out if it was true or not, because I don't go by just what I hear. And every that I've ever talked to and the ones that I heard, there's no possible way that a human hand can put a dent in somebody's head.
Nah, I don't believe so either.
Well, let me ask you this. You don't believe that, but didn't George Foreman kill a bull?
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't saying nothing about no goddamn bull. I said no human hand. Do you realize your head is the hardest bone on your body? Your head is the hardest bone on your body.
Let me ask both of y'all something right quick.
What's that?
Jump into another subject, because I be watching everything. And I was listening to something the other day, and I'm gonna ask y'all this. I was just listening to something. Roy Jones has been doing interviews lately, so I want to get y'all opinion on this. Roy Jones said Floyd Mayweather helped the business, but he hurt the business. Well, no, he said Floyd helped put money in his pocket, but he hurt boxing. Man, how y'all feel about that?
I want Roy Jones to get off the steroids before he says something about Floyd. I'll just say that.
Okay.
I wouldn't say Floyd hurt the sport of boxing, because it's up to the fighters to follow their own way. Now, if they choose to follow and try to be like Floyd, that's on the fighters. Floyd can only be Floyd. Now, if these fighters,
what the fuck you say?
If these fighters decide to idolize Floyd and try to follow Floyd told them, okay, this is the blueprint. We got to remember, Floyd fought everybody, and he tried to wake up, nigga. He tried to fight all of the top guys. So we can't put that on Floyd. Those guys didn't want to fight him. So Floyd showed them, okay, well, since these guys don't want to fight you, this is the way you make your money. You go out here and fight brown versus light brown. That's how black versus brown. That's how you make your money, because everybody know the biggest fights that's been put on in boxing history was black versus brown, and we only got 2 of them where it's black versus black. Only 2. All the rest of them is black versus brown or black versus white. So it's not Floyd. That's just the fans. The fans, they pay money.
And one more thing I want to ask y'all. Okay, I also seen, because I watched the whole interview, and I agree with everything y'all both said. Roy Jones also said this right here, and I didn't agree with this. He said when Floyd fought Manny Pacquiao, right, that Manny was at the end of his career. Well, I look, me, I like to do a lot of investigating when it comes to somebody saying something like that. Manny Pacquiao had 11 fights after, Floyd Mayweather. I mean, not after Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, I think it was. No, it was either after or whatever. He fought 11. No, he fought 11 more fights. He
did. But I'm gonna tell you this.
After Marquez, my fault.
This is how you know that Roy Jones makes absolutely no sense when he said that, because Floyd is the older fighter.
Right.
Floyd is older than Manny Pacquiao by 2 years.
Jolie.
So it makes absolutely no sense at all. Because Manny Pacquiao was older. Floyd was 2 years older.
D-Free, my fault. He said after Manny Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez, he wasn't the same fighter. But what it was, Manny Pacquiao fought 11 more fights after that. He beat Chris Algieri. He beat Adrian Broner. He beat Keith Thurman. So that's what I was looking at.
But regardless if he wasn't the same fighter after he got knocked out by Madonna, Floyd wanted to fight him before then. Manny Pacquiao said no because he didn't want to do the testing. That wasn't Floyd. That was Manny Pacquiao. You can't put it on Floyd.
Well, I said it. I said salute to my brother Tommy Hill. He said salute to the good Brody's BBO boxing, Mark Nash, B3, and all the other people on the chat. You know the funny thing is, man, when it comes to this boxing, what D Free said is very, very true. Roy Jones, if you know anything about Roy Jones, he's always been jealous of Floyd. He's always kind of always had some type of sick like fascination with Floyd. I mean, he just really at the end of the day, man, he just gotta get over it. People like Floyd more. And Roy Jones need to stop shooting himself up with needles, man. At the end of the day, man, everything that Floyd did, none he did was perfect, but Floyd did what was best for him. Floyd was angry at boxing. Floyd and D Free talks about this all the time. Floyd fought everybody they asked him to, his pretty boy, and didn't get a lick of credit. Didn't get a lick of credit. He went and fought Arturo Gotti in Atlantic City. He didn't have to do that. He wouldn't have fought him there and won that big fight. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know what? The whole thing is, I don't blame Floyd for becoming the money man, Money Mayweather, because when he was pretty boy, he was trying to fight all those guys. Those guys didn't want to fight him, and so he was like, okay, I'm gonna go fight Oscar. I'm gonna get this man Oscar to fight me, and once I get Oscar to fight me, they're gonna have to come see me. So now you got to come see me in order for you to get a big fight. I'm the big fight because I'm gonna beat Oscar, and I'm gonna be the big fight. And so I don't blame Floyd for doing what he did at that point in time when he changed his career to Money Mayweather, is because he tried to fight the best fights. He tried to do what the fans wanted him to do and get all these big fights. These guys didn't want to fight him. Prince Hameen didn't want to fight him. Costa Zoo didn't want to fight him. Sugar Shane didn't want to fight him.
He was angry, D Free. That's the thing you missing. The thing that people don't understand about Floyd as Money Mayweather, that was Floyd angry. Floyd was very angry as Money Mayweather. Floyd felt like he had got slighted so long, it was F everybody. And
that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I don't blame him because he was trying to do what was best for the fan. Because he hear the fans saying they want these fights. They want Floyd facing this. They believe Floyd will lose to this guy. So he was like, well, I'll go fight him. Those guys didn't want to fight him.
Right.
And the funny thing is, the only person that you could ever say Floyd ducked, and it's not really a duck because it never came up, and that was the whole Paul Williams fight.
Paul Williams,
and maybe Winky Wright, because I know Winky Wright had a contract.
No, first of all, Paul Williams wasn't no duck because Paul Williams said that fight never came up. It had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with Floyd. That fight never came up. Winky Wright, that wasn't a duck. That wasn't a duck because Floyd was not at 160 pounds. Floyd was at 147, and he fought at a catch weight at 54. He fought at a catch weight at 54. He never fought at 54. He fought at a catch weight.
But he had a championship at 54. When he beat Canelo, he won the WBC and
the WBC. You know how much Floyd said he came in at 152.
That was Canelo that was at 54. Floyd fought at a catch weight. Canelo came down to a catch weight. Canelo asked for a catch weight, and Floyd fought at a catch weight. Remember, Floyd was at 47.
I thought it was 152. I thought it was 152.
It was 152, but Floyd was at 47. Canelo wanted to fight Floyd, and Floyd said, well, if you beat Austin Trout, then I'll fight you. And he said, okay, yeah, we'll fight. But Floyd said, okay, we got to fight at 47. I'm the A side. We got to fight at 47. Canelo said, no, I can't get down that far. How about we fight at 152 pounds at a catchweight? Floyd said, okay, we fought at 152 pounds, but nobody talks about the fact that Canelo came in at 154 pounds.
Yeah, he did.
And you know,
he came in at 154. And Floyd said, I'll fight you at 154. Canelo said, no, we can fight at a catchweight. But Canelo came in at 154.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, Tom put it's absolutely true. Floyd is the gold standard in terms of boxing. I love it or hate it. That being said, Roy Jones' athleticism was otherworldly. But you know what's so funny? At the end of the day, when you look at Roy Jones' career, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Roy Jones was a super athlete, but let's be honest, the dude is a drug cheat. So if we gonna get on everybody else, he was a drug cheat. And this wasn't a one-time thing, D Free. This is something that kept coming up with Roy, that Roy kept messing with steroids, man. This is just, it's a fact. This ain't something I'm making up. So I want Roy to shut up and go back to Florida, man, because he just don't keep it real. He gotta stop. He gotta stop being on drugs before you say something about Floyd, because Floyd was a clean fighter. You can almost say Floyd introduced bottle testing to boxing.
He did.
So
It wasn't that
he
we. It's
did.
not that.
I agree
It's
with
not
that.
that we. It's not that we could say that. He actually did. He
Yeah, he
introduced
did.
violence to the sport of boxing.
He
yeah, because
did.
I had only ever heard that with like Olympic testing, but now VADA is almost the gold standard. And you remember Floyd used to always say, "I just want to make boxing a clean sport." And the funny thing is, you know, whenever somebody, you know, tests dirty, whether it's Antonio Tarver, whether it's Roy Jones Jr., these guys got the most to say about Floyd. And that's at the end of the day, man, stop testing dirty before you talk about Floyd. Floyd is an absolute jerk outside the ring, and people got to accept that.
But
It is what it is. Muhammad
but
Ali, I'm
Right.
going to tell you guys a story about Muhammad Ali.
the funny thing about those guys is all Floyd do is laugh at those guys and go to the bank. That's all he does.
Yep.
Laugh at them and go to the bank. You can say what you want to say about Floyd. Floyd know how to make money, and Floyd know how to move his career. And I know people say, well, he pick and choose his career at the end of his career. He was at the end of his career. He didn't already did everything there was for him to do.
He earned the right.
Floyd could have retired. Right. He could have retired 5 years prior to when he actually did retire. He didn't already did everything there was to do except for become an undisputed champion, and he didn't want to be undisputed.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be undisputed. Floyd never said he never said he wanted to be undisputed. That man came in. Yeah, that man came in there just to make money. He never came in and said, I want to be undisputed. It's all the other guys that said they wanted to be undisputed. Floyd never said he wanted to be undisputed.
Okay, let me ask y'all another question. Since I'm playing like the question answer now. Okay, what's his name? The young guy, what's Moden? What's his name? Floyd's fighter. He's 17 years old. I guess it's Moden Cormier or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? The young guy. He's 17 times national champion.
Oh, you talking about Floyd?
Yeah,
you talking about
Moden.
Yeah.
It's Cormier Moden. Cormier Moden.
Yeah, you talking about that kind of like Tank. Yeah.
Yeah, they call him Tank 2.0. Okay, Floyd wants him to fight. Floyd wants him to fight Lee Wood, which Lee Wood is I guess at 126 pounds, the WBA or WBC champion. Now, I don't think that's a good idea just because where do you go from there? If you beat him in your debut, that's what Floyd wants for him. I think it's more Floyd just, promoting him or whatever. Do you think that's a good idea? Y'all think that's a good idea for him to fight somebody as a champion as his boxing debut, or he needs to go through the steps?
I don't think it's a good idea because he never had an actual professional fight. So you putting a guy in there that never had a professional fight with a guy that got he got roughly, I think, 20 something professional fights. You ask him now whether he beat that guy or not. If the worst case scenario is that young man get beat up. As my co-host say, get beat to death. That young man gets beat to death, and now you ruin that young man's career. And see, Floyd is trying to find the next Tank Davis because Tank Davis is no longer with him. He's trying to find the next Tank Davis. But if you put that young man in there with somebody like a Lee Wood and he gets beat to death, now you didn't ruin that man's career.
Right, because Lee Wood can fight.
Lee Wood is nice, man.
Lee Wood nice.
That's like,
and I don't want to see it.
Man, that makes no sense. Like,
money.
That shit, you know what, man? At the end of the day, man, that's just reaching, man. And I'll tell you what Floyd does, man, it's laughable, man. It's just, to even bring up, you're gonna ruin this kid. Woods is gonna beat him to death, man. Woods is gonna just off Woods' ring IQ and knowledge, man. That dude's not. I've seen him, man. That kid's not ready for no champion, man.
Yeah, he just he BBO. He just lost his last national fight in the
Yeah,
amateurs.
yeah.
So how
And
is he
almost
ready
got
for Lee
stopped.
Woods?
And don't forget, he almost got stopped.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Almost got stopped. So I know he's not ready for Lee Woods. So I don't know what Flo is trying to do with it. I believe what D Free said. He's trying to find the next tank. You know what I'm saying? So he's hyping him up, but he's not ready for no Lee Woods.
No, I mean, I'm gonna put it like this, man. If you almost get stopped in a doggone amateurs, man, you got no business talking about nothing, man. Like
Yeah.
the brother, the brother almost got stopped in the amateurs, man.
Mm-mm.
You
Yeah, I
got
do want to see how y'all feel about that because I've been watching him and trying to keep up with him lately and just seeing what he do, and I just like, nah, what Flo is saying don't make sense.
and you know what? This has just been a pattern with Floyd, and I hate to say this, man, but he really missing Tank, man. And the fact is, if he wouldn't have been such an egomaniac, he would still have Tank. And
Yeah,
I just think Floyd is just it's almost chickens coming home to roost. He treats people bad and don't understand it. Don't nobody want to be with nobody who treats people bad.
right.
I mean, and it's just sad, man. Mickey Bay, Badu Jack,
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
Ashley. You could just keep naming fighter after fighter that left Floyd because Floyd is so obsessed with being Floyd. And it's got to be more than it's got to be more about you. It's got to be more about the fighters than it is. And Floyd only cares about Floyd, man. I'll never forget. I don't know if you guys ever seen this. One time, Floyd was in the PK with Anthony Joshua,
Yeah.
and he just looked so hurt the fact that
I
Anthony
seen
Joshua
it.
got all the attention. He just hated it. He
I
couldn't take.
seen it. They were taking pictures.
Yeah, yep. When they were taking pictures,
Yeah, I seen that, and you could tell Floyd was real jealous.
he was. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, hey, salute to my brother Tommy. He said Richard Hitchens. That's probably one
yeah.
of my favorite fighters, and I think
Oh
I don't know.
man, me too. Mine too.
Close this, Jaquan, close the door. Yeah, Richardson Hitson, that was I'm gonna tell you that was the next superstar that Floyd let get away.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah,
the next superstar from Tank Davis because that young man for one, he's younger than Tank Davis, and he has all the skills to be as good as a Tank Davis. He don't have the power that Tank Davis had, but
no.
he has
right.
all of the skills to be as good as Tank Davis and be a superstar like a Tank Davis. If Floyd wasn't so focused on just Tank Davis,
You're right.
if
And
he has
y'all know what? Let me y'all look at this right here. Now, Richard Hitchens, like you said, he got all the skill set. I was saying this the other day, now I could be wrong, or which y'all can tell me. Why is it that like you had Devin Haney, he trained at Floyd Gym coming up. So of course Stevenson came through there. Why doesn't anybody sign with Floyd? Why do they always go somewhere else? What do y'all think?
Well, you know what? Corey Stevenson
let
said,
me, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you
I'll say
said
this.
that.
Corey Stevenson
Yeah,
said,
man, I got good questions.
I think what Shakur Stevenson said, he had got a Floyd together a flyer for him, and he was like in the flyer like super small. And
Oh wow.
what it is with Floyd is I think guys don't understand. It's the same thing with Oscar. These guys were the best of the best. And it's just
Right,
like Michael Jordan in the NBA. It's so hard to let it go and realize it's time for the next guy to go. Everybody's not
right.
like Jerry West. You can just say, you know what, I had my time. Now it's your time, young buck. And that's what we get, man. Floyd, he was feeling some type of way when Tank was getting all that attention from. I don't know if you ever watched his 24/7s. When Floyd pay all the women that come to the house, all the girls wanted to be on Tank, the young champion, for free.
Yeah.
And Floyd didn't like that. I mean, that's just kind of how
Why?
roll, man. But
I'm gonna tell you like this. This is what the problem with Floyd is, and it piggybacks off of what my co-host BBO just said.
Right,
Floyd likes to be the center of attention, and the thing is, he don't want nobody to outdo what he did because
right,
if somebody outdoes what he did, he is no longer considered TBE. He's no longer
right.
considered that no more because now there's somebody that done something better than what you did. So we cannot consider you to break the best of all time, or the best ever. I should say the best ever. We can't consider you the best ever if Tank Davis go 50-0 and he becomes undisputed and he got a higher knockout ratio than you. We can't say, okay, Floyd Mayweather is the best ever. No, Tank Davis did better than what Floyd did. So you can't say that. And if Devin Haney becomes 50-0, he's already the youngest undisputed champion in the full-belt era. So nobody else has ever done that. So now that's something that Floyd never done. Floyd never been undisputed, and he's damn sure ain't never been undisputed at 24 years old. Remember, at 24 years old, Floyd was trying to get these fights, similar to Devin Haney, similar to Shakur Stevenson, trying to get the big fights. Nobody really want to fight him. Not so much Tank Davis, because they know, even though they might not be as good to fight Tank Davis, they know they're gonna get the biggest bag ever fighting Tank Davis because he's known. So they Tank Davis is kind of similar to a Canelo in this situation, but Floyd is more similar to a Devin Haney and a Shakur Stevenson. They want the big fights, but they really can't get them because nobody's really trying to jump in and get in the ring with them. So that's why Floyd seems to lose those guys, and he holds on to people like Rolly Romero, where you know damn well Rolly ain't gonna never be better than Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
You know, the other guys that he got in his camp ain't gonna never be better than Floyd Mayweather. Tank Davis, he has a possibility to be better than Floyd Mayweather. Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, they have a possibility and chance of being better than Floyd Mayweather because they younger, they follow behind Floyd, and they study what Floyd did, so they know, okay, I know I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, I can't do that, I can't do that. Now, Tank Davis, he's somewhat real off from that because Tank Davis is his own man. He's from the streets. So he still has that street mentality in him a little bit. Now, he never was out. I don't know Tank Davis personally, but I don't believe he was ever out there like hustling and stuff like that. He just lived on the streets. So he had to make ends meet when he wanted something to eat or whatever. But he still has that in him because that's where he comes from. Devin Haney doesn't come from that. He comes from a big ass mansion, living in going to a private school and living in a gated community. Shakur Stevenson, somewhat from the streets, but not quite from the streets like a Tank Davis. He had his mother always around. Tank Davis lost his mother and his father at an early age. His mother was out there strung out on drugs, and his father, I don't think he ever knew who his father was. So Tank Davis is more street than all those other guys, so he kind of bends off here and there. But Tank Davis, that's why I don't knock Tank Davis for listening to Floyd, because Floyd pulled this man out of the mud and made this man a multi-millionaire. And when somebody pulls you out the mud and make you a multi-millionaire, you're going to do exactly what that man said because you don't want to go back to that.
Right.
You know that man pulled you out of there, so I don't knock Tank for following everything that Floyd told him to do because I understand where he comes from. He was out there on the streets, living in front of the gym, sleeping in front of the gym, waiting for Kyle to get there so to open the gym so he can have somewhere to go. So I understand where he comes from. That's why people say, oh, well, he did this. No, Floyd and Leonard Ellerbe did that for Tank Davis. So Tank Davis is going to do exactly what they tell him to do because Tank Davis came from nothing. Now Tank Davis is older. His eyes are starting to open up. And Tank Davis like, hold on, I don't really need these guys like that no more. I can call my own shots. So that's why I say from this point forward, Tank Davis, whatever Tank Davis does, is on Tank Davis. It's not on Floyd, it's not on Leonard Ellerbe because he's no longer with them. He calls his own shots. So I put everything on Tank from this step forward. So I understand, but Floyd likes to be the center of attraction. That's why so many people leave Floyd, because Floyd wants to be, like I told BBO last week, I call Floyd the P. Diddy of boxing. He wants to be in front of the camera. That's what he wants. He's the P. Diddy of boxing.
Hey, that's the truth. And you know what? I think what you said in the chat, Tommy, is true. Floyd isn't I think Floyd's not even better than Willie Pep yet. So I mean, Floyd is probably one of the best lightweights we ever seen. I think him and Roberto Duran would definitely give you a great case for that, as well as even the great Pernell Whitaker. I just Floyd kind of fought people the way he wanted to this
Right.
time. So let's not act like
He
he
did.
fought
He
everybody that.
did, BBO.
I mean, they kind of made that TBE crap. They made that up, man. That's kind of a farce. He
Right.
said Floyd. My man AB said Floyd got the blueprint. Um,
He do. He do. He
yeah,
got the blueprint on how to make money. He got the blueprint on how to make money. Not so much of how to move your career. Well, I'm not gonna say how to move your career. How to become undisputed. He got the blueprint on how to make money. If you wanna get in this sport of boxing and make the most money in the sport of boxing, Floyd has the blueprint, and it's black versus brown. That's what the blueprint is, and a lot of people call it the green print because that's where you're going to make the most money. Black versus brown. That's where the two biggest fan base is black and Mexican. Those are the two biggest fan base in the sport of boxing. So if you get a high class black fighter versus a high class Mexican fighter, that shit gonna sell. Regardless, it's gonna sell.
hey, and that's a great point because as I tell my brother CDK all the time, man, whether we like it or not, man, racism sells. As you can see in our background, we got the great Oscar and Floyd. The whole reason Floyd called Oscar out from two weight classes down because he knew if he got that fight, he would become a star. And if you want to talk about how to move as a fighter, you want to move like Oscar did. You want to fight everybody. But if you want to make the most
Oh,
money, you want to do what Floyd did. Go ahead.
yeah. Most definite. AB Floyd made the most money than any boxer in the history of boxing. Floyd made more money than anybody. Just with the paycheck that he got against Manny Pacquiao, he made more money than any boxer. That man got 200 million against Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao got 100 million. He got 200 million.
Hey, you know the funny thing about it, man. I think Floyd get a lot of unnecessary hate, and you know what? Like I said, Floyd is such a bitter person. I mean, I don't know if you ever watched him 24/7. He treat all his people bad too. Y'all ever seen that? Like the one, I don't know if y'all know, I'm talking about the one dude that kind of got a bad list. He be having dudes just doing the dumbest test I've ever seen. I mean, Floyd need to kind of get a life, bro. I mean, the fact that he,
What I will tell you is, those bouncers and the security people that you see around Floyd, he pays them motherfuckers well. He pays them well.
yeah, he said, I bet he made boxing the most money out of any fighter. I think he did. I think you was right, D. I think it's either him or Mike Tyson for sure.
Nah, it's
Uh,
Floyd by far. It's Floyd.
but I'm
The
only reason
top,
I'm saying,
the
only
top,
reason I'm
the
saying,
top
only reason
three.
I'm, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the top three pay-per-view fights of all times involves Floyd.
Oh
Actually,
yeah, okay,
the top four involves Floyd. You got Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao, Floyd versus Conor McGregor, Floyd versus Oscar, Floyd versus Canelo, and then Tank versus Ryan. The top five involves Floyd.
yeah. I mean,
Top five.
it's exactly what you said, and he said embrace the role of the heel as well, D3, to have people love you too. What he say? And to embrace the role of the heel as well, D3, to have people love you to lose. Well, you know what's funny? D3 get on the platform every day and get beat to death, Pauls, and he just take it like a champ and come on out. You know,
No,
he just
I'm
check
gonna,
the
I'm gonna
truck.
tell y'all. Let me tell you a little bit of. Let me tell you a little bit of background about me and BBO. BBO joined the family with TWT, and the first thing that this man did was call me out for a debate, knowing that I was just in the World Series debate with Knockout, World Series debate, tournament that he has, and I came in third place, although I should have came in first place. But I mean, I should have came in first or second, but I came in third place. I'm not mad about it or whatever. But they gotta realize BBO called me out, And I told this man, BBO, we can have a debate. What you want to debate? This man said, let's debate Oscar versus Floyd. Mind you, this man is a Oscar fan. He said, let's have a debate, Floyd versus Oscar. Who has the better career? I said, okay, who do you got? He said, I'm going to take Floyd. Why would you take Floyd if you are an Oscar fan? So I said, I am not taking no goddamn Oscar.
What the fuck you say?
Losing, that's a losing argument. We all know that Floyd has the better career. And not to mention, you are an Oscar fan. Why would you take Floyd if you are an Oscar fan? So we end up not having a debate. We end up joining forces and becoming, and we came with this Roll the Punches podcast together. And it's been a success so far as we've been doing this. But I've been whooping his ass, pause, every single day we have this podcast, showing him if we were to have a debate, you will be another victim in my debates.
Well, you know what it is, man. D3 has one of the funniest laughs you ever heard in your life. He laughs and he don't even say nothing funny. He just get to laugh and you just laugh because his laugh is so funny. So he wouldn't beat you. He just charm you to death. You got to watch him, man. He's an olive oil. He's what they call. He's a snake salesman, man. You got to watch him, man. He got that snake oil that'll heal your body.
I told you, I'm very particular about facts. If I'm straight down the middle. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm gonna call it how I see it. And if your facts don't, if your opinion don't line up with the facts, I'm gonna eat that shit alive. Pause. I'm gonna eat that shit alive. You're not gonna be able to debate me with opinion. You got to debate me on facts. You can't debate me on opinion. You come with opinions, you have no chance in a debate against me if you come with straight opinion, because I'm coming with straight facts. I'm not coming with no opinion.
So we talking about straight facts. Let me ask you this: is Ring Magazine the Bible of boxing? If we ask them off,
no.
CDK.
You say the Ring Magazine the Bible of boxing?
No.
Yeah. At one point in time, it was not since the early 2000s, late 90s. Once Oscar took over the Ring Magazine, it's no longer been the Bible of boxing because he's a promoter. He's going to always have favoritism for his own fighters.
He said, hold on one second. He said the roll of the heel was a reference to D3's background of how Floyd broke the code, the bank in boxing. He was spot on, and also he was hated. I can't hold on.
Remorse.
No, sorry, my thing is best. No, he said remorse. Then he was loved and fed into it. You know what's funny? It's funny you say that because at the end of the day, D3 did not get robbed in the World Series debate. He actually got put higher than he should have. Man, he should have lost the smoke. But I'll say this. When it comes to boxing, man, I think Floyd really need to get over himself, because only time Floyd want to give any fighters credit, and D3 kind of pointed this out. Soon as Errol lose, all of a sudden, Floyd got some advice for him. Soon as Deontay Wilder lose, all of a sudden Floyd got some advice for him.
Yeah, he do.
He just, and I gotta be honest, man. My co-host D3 said it all the time. Man, Floyd is just a professional hater, man. That's just what he is.
He is. D3 told the truth. That's what he do best.
Hey, you know what's so funny?
I understand it. I understand it. Floyd, I don't knock Floyd for knowing how to make money in the sport of boxing, because he figured it out, and that man is the best at it. He knows how to make money in the sport of boxing. But at the same token, you're not boxing anymore. Why not teach and mentor these young guys how to do it the right way? Not how to do it, not how to do it the way that it was done to you, but do it the right way. We all know that Bob didn't want to give you the big paycheck. He didn't want to push your career the way that you wanted to go. So why would you hold any of your fighters back? Why not push them the way that you wanted your career to go? Because you can see that Tank Davis can be so much more than what you were to the sport of boxing. So why not push him? You're going to be included in that because you're the promoter that promoted Tank Davis. You're going to, and I don't think Floyd understand that you're going to be included. The success that Tank Davis would have got would all come from what Floyd did for Tank Davis. And I don't think Floyd ever knew that. I don't think he ever realized that.
And you know what's so funny about it? The funny thing about it when it comes to Floyd, man, and I don't understand. I hate to say this about one of my favorite fighters. As you see, we got him up on the screen. He just really is just one of them jealous dudes, and he got money, and money don't unlame a lame. I don't care how much money you get, money don't unlame a lame. And he's just a lame dude, man. I hate to say that about Floyd, but he is, man. I remember when Nelly stole the girl. You know, that was a big. If you just watch, if you ever watch a 24/7 with Floyd, it's nothing but him trying to tell you how rich he is,
Right.
how much money he made.
Floyd he's a black Jew. He's a black Jew.
Yeah. He can't read Harry Potter. He can't read the Cat in the Hat.
That's what we call niggas in the hood that got money but is stingy with their money. They black Jews.
Yeah.
If you know any Jewish guy, they stingy as hell with their money. They hold on that shit for dear life.
Right. I'm like 50. He can't read what they call Harry Potter. He can't read Cat in the Hat. So he always mad.
Hey, but you know what's so funny, man? I'll tell you this, and this is my last analogy with Floyd, is when I seen Floyd do all this heartfelt, reaction when Deontay Wilder got beat to death by Tyson.
Yeah.
I just said, you know what? This dude's a clown. And let's be honest here. Floyd, I mean, and I hate to bring this up, but Floyd beats women, get caught up in the dumbest stuff ever, but he always got something bad to say about Adrian Broner, got something bad to say about Earl Spence, got something bad to say about Tank. I just don't understand. At some point, man, shut up, support the boxers like you're supposed to. And he don't do it.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's because Floyd looks at those guys as as competition because Deontay Wilder already has the love that Floyd never had from the black community because regardless of how you might feel, a lot of black people also hated Floyd. Now it's not just other nationalities. There's a lot of black people that hated Floyd as well. A lot of black people wanted to see Floyd lose. They thought that he was too much of a showboat and stuff like that. They thought he had too much mouth and he was too arrogant. So a lot of I got close friends that thought that Floyd was going to use the Manny Pacquiao. I was like, hell no, Floyd gonna beat the shit out of Manny Pacquiao. There's no way in the world Manny Pacquiao could beat Floyd. But that you would think that they would root for Floyd, but they would root for Manny Pacquiao. So Floyd see the love that Deontay Wilder get, the love that Earl Spence get, Tank Davis. He see the love that they get from the black community, and he never really had that. He had some of the love from black people, but not all of the love from black people. Like it's a lot of black people that love Deontay Wilder, regardless of the fact what happened between him and Tyson Fury. He still got a lot of love from the black community. And Floyd never had that. And so he feel those as competition, and those guys can be much better than Floyd. Even if they don't go 50-0, they can still be bigger than Floyd because the fans just love those guys because those guys are real.
And you know what's so funny? Hey, it ain't just like the Roll with the Punches podcast to say we doing a UFC card and all we do is talk about boxing for 2 hours. I'll blame D3 for that. I'm sorry to all my UFC fans that came. Me and D3 ended up just talking about boxing for 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm watching the UFC. I mean, this fight that's going on right now is pretty good.
Who fighting?
It's Gary versus Minagi.
Ain't what dude name he fighting tonight? What's his name? Sterling. I don't know too much about you. I ain't gonna lie. I don't watch UFC.
Sterling versus O'Malley.
O'Malley and Sterling, they fighting tonight.
Yeah,
Now I do got to see that.
Sterling is a good UFC fighter. He's a good UFC fighter. He's the champion. He's a good
Yeah.
UFC fighter. O'Malley has that. He has that Tank Davis and Deontay Wilder type of power. Like you look at him, you wouldn't think that this man is a knockout artist. This man has ridiculous power.
Yeah. I might check. I'm gonna check it out then. I might well put it on. Ain't no good. Did y'all? Hey, make y'all quit. I know y'all ain't see this fight yesterday. Did y'all see Money Powell and what's his name, Sean McCallum fight?
No, I didn't see that. Well, how did that go?
Sean won.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't just a great fight. It was a boring fight. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of action. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't a call home about.
Hey, you know what's so funny, man? We were just talking about Tank. I mean, one thing about Tank, man, he really ran into like Floyd Mayweather and became, he used to be sparring Devin Haney, and now he went to become the Tank that we all know. And you know what? The funny thing is, man, that boy Tank put the work in, man. That's the thing you understand. He put the work in.
He did. And Tank's smarter than people think he is.
Oh yeah. Let me ask you guys this: UFC a better run company than boxing?
I ain't gonna lie. I believe it's. I don't know if it's better run, but it don't take as long to get the fights that you want to see in UFC. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I love about UFC. They really got one boss, which is Dana White. They got bosses over him, but Dana White basically controls UFC. And if he wants to fight, the fight gonna happen. It ain't all this and that. You gotta go through the promoter, all the different. Boxing is big business, and you gotta go through a million things. It takes 5 years to get fight in boxing. You in UFC, you can get it in.
Damn, kick to the face. God damn.
What you think, D-Free, about that?
No, see, I'm gonna say the only knock on the UFC is the fact that Dana White is what I just said Floyd Mayweather is. He's stingy with his money. So
yeah, I agree with that.
He don't pay his fighters what they should be getting because these guys they literally put their life on the line because this is a much more dangerous fight. I mean, a sport than boxing. This is
right.
Literally, fighters come out of this fight with broken bones because they don't want to tap out. They love this sport and they love to be called the champion. They're not trying to tap out. So they literally would get their leg broken or they would get their arm broken. So I see guys literally not submit and get put to sleep because they too stubborn to submit, even though they get choked out. But he won't pay these guys, and Dana White does have his favorites. He does have his favorites. The guys that he really likes, he will promote those guys, and he will get them the most money that they can possibly get. Like
you're right.
Like Conor McGregor. John Jones don't get nowhere near the publicity.
He should though, cause he the best.
If I'm gonna tell you like this, if John Jones was Conor, if the roles were reversed, man, Conor McGregor would be the best fighter in the history of UFC. He would make the most money than any UFC fighter ever made. He would be the biggest star that UFC ever had. All of that. Y'all gotta understand. The only reason why John Jones keep coming back is because they want to see him lose. If John Jones had already lost, we would have never heard about John Jones ever again.
No, we wouldn't have.
Again.
And you know what's so funny? John Jones is an enigma in himself because he started out young. He beat a lot of great champions, man. And
John Jones beat everybody. Shogun. You think about it, man. He went through Daniel Cormier. He beat everybody else to beat Rashad Evans. You know what I'm saying? He done went. You go down the list. He done beat him.
John Jones. I thought John Jones was going to retire after he beat after he beat DC, I thought he was going
Yeah.
to retire. He didn't have to. No, that was the last obstacle that he had to conquer when he beat DC. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
he did everything that they wanted to do. He can go ahead and retire because now all these guys that he's fighting now, all these guys are new guys. John Jones
Yeah.
is the OG compared to all these other guys. He's the OG.
Yeah, he came
We
back.
looking
What's
at
it, dude?
we looking
You
at
see
John
how he
Jones the
talked
same way
to
John Jones is
hey,
looking at Chuck Liddell and all those guys. The way John
man,
Jones
you
was
know
looking
what?
at Chuck Liddell and Rampage, that's the way that they looking at John Jones now. John
Yeah.
Jones is the OG.
Hey, D Free, y'all. Yeah, I'm glad y'all we talking about John Jones. Cause let's talk about this cab driver. And I'm gonna call him a cab driver. People ain't gonna like it. Francis Ngannou is a cab driver in a boxing ring. He's a cab driver. That's all the skills I'm giving him. People, I told everybody. People got mad at me for saying this. That man's a cab driver when it comes to being in that boxing ring. And Tyson Fury finna beat that man to death. Paul, whatever, he finna get beat to death.
Yeah, that's a good
You know,
point.
you know what, you know,
Go ahead.
you know what I hate about the fact that Tyson Fury is fighting Frank Ngannou is
Yeah.
because when Floyd fought Conor McGregor, everybody was shitting on Floyd for fighting
Yep.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
But now that Tyson Fury is fighting Frank, it ain't no problem. And
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Floyd Mayweather was a black fighter, the best fighter
Yeah.
in the sport of boxing, and Conor
Yeah.
McGregor was a UFC fighter that never fought in boxing, and so they knew that
Right.
Floyd was going to beat the shit out of Conor McGregor.
Right.
Tyson Fury is a white fighter, quote unquote, one of the best heavyweights in the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
And Frank Ngannou is a black UFC fighter that never fought in the sport of boxing. So they know
Right.
Tyson Fury is going to beat the shit out of Frank. That's why
Sure
there's no
is.
problem for Tyson Fury to do it.
Yeah.
They know that the white guy is going to beat the black guy. And when it came to Floyd, it was Floyd, the black guy, going to beat the white guy. That's why it was
Right.
a problem. They don't want
Yeah.
to talk about that. They say, oh, there's no racism in the sport of boxing when we all know that it is.
Cause let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all give this man do y'all give Francis a chance?
No, no,
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
no. I give him the same chance that I give any other fighter when you in a fight and you outmatched. You have a puncher's chance.
That's it. That's it.
You have a puncher's
I'm
chance.
glad.
If you have to land a good punch, you can possibly win the fight. If you don't land
Right.
that punch, you would get beat to death, like my co-hosts say all the time.
Yep. I agree with that, man. I don't think he got a chance in the world. I think he's gonna get beat up real bad. It ain't gonna be no good fight. I think Tyson Fury gonna have to carry him.
And let me be honest about it. When it comes to Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, I don't count that as one of Floyd's wins. I don't count Floyd as 50-0. I count him as 49-0.
Yep, that means.
Even though he stopped Conor McGregor like I said he was going to do, he stopped.
Yeah.
Him. I don't count it as 50-0. I count it as 40-0. I'm 49-0. So
Right.
So people can't say, "Oh, well, you count Floyd. Why you can't count Tyson Fury?" No, I don't count Floyd neither.
Man, when have you ever seen? Hey, D3, when have you ever seen Floyd just take his head, Paul, put it in somebody's chest, and just fight like that? Never.
Floyd don't fight like that. Floyd is going to outbox you, and if he's in a pocket, he's going to make you miss. He's not going to lay on you. He's going to make you miss. He's going to stay there and see everything that you're doing and make you miss. He's just going to be in the pocket.
Right. That man didn't even fight. Floyd came out and said now that he really didn't even train for that fight. You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know how much respect we have for Conor McGregor in the boxing ring.
It's the same. He has the same amount of respect for Conor McGregor as he had for Logan or Paul.
Right.
He knew damn well neither one of them motherfuckers could fuck with him in the sport of boxing.
Right.
You know what though? People don't realize he really beat Logan Paul up.
He did.
And Logan Paul was 200 pounds. Floyd was like 150, 160.
Man, I've been arguing with these people. Listen, you got some crazy people out here. Like I've learned to try to overlook stuff. But you got, you had somebody the other day tell me, yeah, Logan Paul put hands on Floyd Mayweather. I said, man, don't even come to my page no more talking to me.
If they say Logan Paul put hands on Floyd, then you need to ask them when the last time they go to the eye doctor.
Hey, they said this to me, and I had sent BVO some messages yesterday. Them folks went in. You seen they went in on me so bad because I said that Terrence Crawford would beat Canelo. Oh man, I'm talking about no disrespect. The Mexican people came out and they came out tough. Them folks was on, man. Every time I look up, it was in my comments. We were arguing back to back.
Now, what I will say is, I believe that Terrence Crawford has the ability to beat Canelo.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Will he? I don't know. I don't know.
That's what I was saying.
That weight might be too much for Terrence Crawford, and he might be biting more than he can chew.
Right.
He has the ability to beat him. I just don't know if it's going to pan out the way he expected to.
You see, the comment D3 that was made, it was on Facebook. Somebody came up and asked about the fight. I went down there and I said, well, if they're fighting at a catch weight, I got Terrence Crawford. No, because they were talking about Canelo said he's not going to get no credit for beating Terrence Crawford. I said, well, I'll give him credit because if they fight in the catch weight, I don't think he can beat him. That's what the whole thing was. And man, when I tell you they were mad, they were mad.
I'm gonna put it like this. A lot of people is not gonna give him credit for beating Terrence Crawford because he's a smaller guy, and rightfully so. He shouldn't get the credit that he would expect to get. But if Terrence Crawford is man enough to go up to that weight class and fight him, then whatever the outcome is, the outcome. I'm gonna give him credit. I'm not gonna say that was the best fight I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna give him credit for beating Terrence Crawford, but I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, yeah, that man is the best fighter of all times. He beat Terrence Crawford. No, we all know what comes behind it. Now the casuals might look at it and say, oh shit, Canelo beat Terrence Crawford? God damn. But the diehard boxing fans, that's why if you have a page, that's why I get on BVO so much, because being know that we have these pages and we have people that come watch our show, I'm not going to just put out there any bullshit, because I know there's people that watch these channels that really don't know the sport of boxing like that. Yeah. And they take our word as gospel. Right. So, and BVO, is my guy. BVO can say something, and if I don't say nothing about it, they're gonna be like, oh, so he said it, it must be true because he ain't saying nothing about it. Right. Because BVO, man, BVO goes back and forth so much, but it makes good for the show, and like I have no problem with it because I like BVO. Now, if BVO would beat me up, I'd be like, you're right. I have nothing to say about it. You're right. But so far, it hasn't been that way.
You don't know shit about boxing. You don't know shit.
Hey, BVO. Let me ask y'all another question. Cause man, you might throw me out when you do my guy up there, Roger. But I was it was something I wanted to ask y'all about. I talked to, I had done an interview today with manager Marty or whatever, and I asked him about Terrence Crawford. Basically, we talking about now going up to 168, right? And I asked him, how do you feel about him going to 168? And he said, I got 2 words for you: snack program. How y'all feel about that?
Me and BVO started our show talking about that. We started our show talking.
Okay, I apologize. I was driving, so I missed it. So
no, you good. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I told. What's going on, my nigga G5? I'm gonna tell you exactly what I told BVO at the beginning of this show, and BVO agreed with exactly what I said. I am not putting that jacket on Terrence Crawford because there's absolutely no evidence that Terrence Crawford has been juicing or has been on PEDs. Terrence Crawford was simply the better man that night. Earl Spence was simply not himself that night. Whether he was
I agree with that.
dehydrated or he was weight drained, whatever it
I
might
agree
have
with
been
that.
with Earl Spence, he was just not himself that night. And Terrence Crawford was the better man. I am not putting no jacket on that man if you can't show me no evidence that that man has been juicing. And they say, well, Conti said he got PEDs that can't be detected. Well, if it can't be detected, you can't say he was on PEDs because you can't detect it.
Okay, you know what? You beat me to it because I was going to ask you that, and you beat me to it. You answered the question. I was going to say that Manager Martin was saying that Conte has stuff and has ways. He's been doing it so long that he knows how to basically, give somebody steroids, I guess, and then beat the test. That's what he was saying.
And what I would say to that is, I got an invisible cousin, and he's sitting right here beside me. Can you tell me that he's not sitting right here? I can't prove to you that he is. You can't prove to me that he's not sitting right here.
Right.
Hey, you know what I gotta say, man, before I say anything? Salute to my brother G5, aka Louis Gossett Jr. That boy G5 look like an evil Tyrese, man.
G5 about to get on his ass, no homo.
Yeah, hey, G5, don't take that. Don't take it.
G5 ain't gonna take that.
G5 and them tried to jump me, man, while I was driving, and D3 jumped me, man. I was driving home.
Hey, that was the funniest thing dog, you missed it. It was a whole lot shit going on after you didn't got off the line. Dog, that nigga A1 did not stop. He kept going for the rest of the night. That shit had me dying. Yeah. I could not stop laughing. I couldn't even defend BBO. Like Quick tried to defend you. She was like, he's not on here. Y'all can't talk about him. He's not on here. A1 was not having it. He just kept going out. I could not stop laughing. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. That nigga, I told you, that nigga said he looked like low budget Kendrick Perkins. He looked like a low budget Kendrick Perkins.
A low budget Kendrick. Hey, BBO. Yeah. You do look like Kendrick Perkins, man. You look like Kendrick.
You do look like Kendrick Perkins, man. Hey, G5 was hilarious, bro. That's the only dude I know that was born bald, man. We see though. That's thanks to call.
But when it comes to that shit, like I said, they say, oh well, he can't detect that he's been using PEDs. So if you can't detect that he's been using PEDs, you can't tell me that he's been using PEDs.
Right. Okay, but he said something that I do agree with. Definitely agree with. He said he was talking about Alicia Baumgartner. And he said, if he went in on everybody else, that he definitely had to go in on her and hold her accountable too. Now,
I hold everybody accountable that's been tested positive, whether the test is a faulty test or whatever. I'm gonna hold you accountable until you can show me that otherwise.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all a question though. Okay,
I gotta hold you accountable.
Okay, which goes to which one goes in first, the B or A sample?
The A sample goes in first, the B sample goes in second. So the A sample is in alphabetical order. So she took an A sample, it came back negative, and then she took a B sample, it came back positive. So
see, my understanding was the A sample was positive, and they're waiting on the B sample.
No. The A sample was negative. The B sample was positive, and so they waiting on another sample. They're waiting on another sample.
Okay. See, because that was my understanding. That he was saying, Manager Martin was saying like 99.9% of the time, if that first sample going in is positive, the second sample is gonna be positive too. What y'all think about that?
Hey, it's funny. It's funny you say that because me and D3 just had my brother Marty on here, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of that stuff Marty is saying about Terrence is kind of tongue in cheek, man. He's kind of joking too. A lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that stuff,
yeah,
you know, when he said what the snack program, like,
yeah, 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 yeah. He
you
hit me with
know,
that.
man, at the end of
I
the day,
mean,
man, let's be honest here, man. A lot of people mad about Earl losing, and that's why the
yeah.
Butter fans called us Earl sexuals, man. Because
Yeah, yeah.
come on, man.
I guess I can be paused. I'm a Earl sexual. I had to jump in the water with my Jordans on. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I can also keep it real too and just say that Terrence Crawford was the better man that night. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no problem with saying that. But
And like I told BBO after the other day when we was on Marty Jermaine,
yeah,
Manager Marty channel because
yeah,
BBO got on a platform and they was talking whatever. But my whole thing is when you put all of this salt on the fight, and
yeah,
if none of this shit is true, if you put all
yeah.
this salt on the fight and you make all these accusations or all these speculations,
Right.
5-10 years later, when these guys are retired, we can't enjoy the fight because of all these speculations that you put on the fight.
You right. You right. You right.
You
You
can't
right.
enjoy the fight. You can't say, "Oh, that was a great fight." Remember how Terrence Crawford came in there and made and beat up Earl, and then Earl came back at
Right.
a better weight and beat up Terrence Crawford, and then they had a
Yeah.
third fight. You can't do that when you fuck up the first fight unless you have actual evidence or actual
Yeah.
facts about somebody
Right.
doing something. You just fucking up a good fight of two excellent fighters, two guys that was ranked 1 and 2 or 1 or 2 and 3 on a pound for
Yeah.
pound, regardless of how you look at it. So
Yeah.
you just tarnished that good fight that we seen. We saw one
Yeah.
fighter came in on the top of his game, one fighter didn't come on the top of his game, and the one fighter that was on top of his game did what he was supposed to do. And then if they
Yeah.
have a rematch and it goes the opposite way, now you got a trilogy, a real live trilogy, because
Yeah.
one guy looked good on one fight, now the other fight, the other guy looked good. Now you got a real live trilogy. But if you put a bunch of salt on it, now you're like, okay, well, Earl didn't look good in the first one because Bud was dealing with Conti. That's the reason why he didn't look good. But we see how Earl looked in this fight. Now we don't want to see the trilogy. No.
You know
Yeah.
what it is though. You know what it is, man. And I'll put like this. That's why I said a lot of that stuff was kind of tongue in cheek. Because you gotta remember, man, if you look at my brother G5, he looked like Richard Jefferson if Richard Jefferson was in the smoker for like 12 hours, man. That's what G5 looked like. He looked like somebody who was laying in the smoker for 12 hours, man. So
Man.
that boy G5 looked like somebody who just laid in the smoker for hours, man. But all jokes aside, man, Terrence won. You know, we all love Errol, and I think Errol will be back. But you know what? It's unfair to Bud to do that, man. And I hate defending Bud. It's like drinking vinegar defending Bud.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, I've been having to make. I don't know if you seen any of my videos on the channel, man. I've been really just trying to make some good videos about Bud because he's a good dude, man.
Me too. Have you noticed? I've been doing it too, BBO, and you know I was riding with Spence. I was riding with Spence on that.
Me and you heard what Bud said. He said, "Hey, make some good videos about me and say some nice
Yep.
stuff about me." And me and
Yep.
you both have done just that.
Yeah, you're right.
We got to get a kid his credit, man. He went in there and beat a pound for pound, great, and really probably one of the best welterweights we've seen in the last 20 years. So,
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I'm gonna give him his credit because that's all Terrence Crawford do is beat people up. That's what he
Man.
do, man.
Sometimes I get tired of him beating people up.
Yeah.
I want to be right one time.
Hey.
When it comes to
Hey,
man,
and you know it's funny, and people don't want to keep it real, but he kind of took it easy on Earl. He could have really hurt Earl bad if he wanted to.
man, he could have killed Earl. I mean, killed him for real.
He could have
He could have killed Earl. That man beat Earl up so bad, man. But hey, it's another thing. All these conspiracy theories and stuff. Now, Roy Jones said if you look at the blood on Earl Spence, you can tell he had reconstructive surgery on his face before this fight. What do you think about that?
Hey, man. It reminds me of, you know, That boy G follow like Ezel from Friday, but hey, I don't know if you ever seen Jungle Fever.
Yeah, I seen.
If you ever see my brother G, he look like Gator, man. The dude, the type of dude that
Oh
feel
my
like
God,
first.
man, you turn that man. What that man do to you?
When you say, "Mama, I'm sick. Give me some money." But you know what, man? Roy's a hater, man, and Roy been a hater, man. So anything Roy say is trash, man.
Yeah,
Roy,
but you know the only reason I brought it up because he did go for Terrence Crawford. You know, he picked Terrence Crawford from the beginning. And he's saying now that, Terrence Crawford handled his business or whatever, but he feels like that he know Earl wasn't, Earl wasn't Earl, what he said, basically. And he said you can look at the blood on his face, the color of the blood, and all that in the interview. Fight out.
hey, come on, man. That's all crazy, bro.
Yeah. I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
Hey, what's funny? He's just a jealous hater, man, and that's just what it is, man.
Yeah, he is.
He a jealous hater, man. Like he keeps talking about people who don't even think about him. It's just at some point, man. CDK, man, we can't get that no energy, man. That dude's a hater, bro.
And you know what's crazy, BBO? I've been listening to a lot of stuff he said because I've always wanted to hear how he felt about the Tonio Tarver fight. And now I finally heard him say, he said recently that, hey, the weight loss is what got him beat. He wasn't the same fighter. How he lost that weight.
I mean, who would be? I mean, you got to think he probably had to lose about 20 pounds of muscle, man.
Right.
I mean, it's just wild, man. that boy G5. That boy said holiday heart. Hey, but you know what I'm gonna say? You know what I'm gonna say, CDK, man. What you doing, man, in the boxing world, man? I'm really proud of you, bro. You consistent.
Thank you, bro.
You stay dropping videos. You stay doing interviews, man. I'm just proud to see you doing your thing, bro. I'm just
man,
proud.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna let everybody know this. I had really given up on this boxing thing until I came across your videos, man, and I met you, and you really made me motivate myself again. Because one thing I'll tell you all the time, I've learned you don't get the support at home that you should get. And, you got certain people, so that's why I kind of gave up because people don't support you at home. But when I seen your videos and I got to talking to you, you motivated me to start back making these videos and stuff again.
Lemons getting her ass whooped.
Who?
Lemons.
Hey, D Free, man, you messed up a heartfelt moment, man.
It's my oldest son just turned 23 today, so we went upstairs to take a shot.
Oh man, for real, man. Hey, tell him happy birthday.
His birthday was on the 14th, but we're celebrating it today because it's the weekend.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. He tell you turned 23.
Yeah, he just turned 23. So that's
my oldest. What you about 46?
I'm 47. Now
what is
my oldest stepson just turned 26.
Okay.
So I got a 26, a 24, a 23, a 20, a 21, two 20-year-olds, a 17-year-old, and twin 12-year-olds. It's nine altogether.
Oh yeah, you wasn't playing no games.
Hey,
yeah, I got a lot too.
You know they're playing. Look at D4. All he do is drink wine all day.
Hey D4, man, you got plenty of kids and you old.
Yeah, it's all the way from, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 9 grandkids.
What?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That any cat that's drinking that muscatel like my brother D Free, man, is a straight player from back in the day.
Nah, yeah, D Free came up on drinking that Seagram gin and White Eye Rose and Bacardi rum and all that stuff.
What's going on, C Wood? My man C Wood. I ain't seen my man C Wood in a minute. What's going on with you, C Wood?
C Wood, salute. Hey, C Wood, do us a favor, man. Smash that like button for us, bro.
Hey, matter of fact, I think C Wood is. I think C Wood. Where you from? I think C Wood is either C Wood is from New York or he's from Ohio. I want to
Even
say I want to say New York, but
If
I
you from Ohio, play this.
he might be from he might be from
What I'd say is this, murder. It's us Ohio boys. You know how we get, you know how us Ohio niggas get down, nigga. Ohio nigga, double O. What's up, yo? Columbus, Akron, Cleveland, Springfield, Dayton, Youngstown. What's up, y'all? Cincinnati too. I forget about you. You know I love y'all niggas. What I'd say is this, murder. It's us.
Hey,
he's from New York. He's from New York. Okay, I knew it was either New York or Ohio. I couldn't remember which one. But every time
you hate when I play that video, man.
we play that video, we lose subscribers and we lose sponsorship. Every time we play that video.
Man, listen, ask him to be part of the Lobby Boys. The Lobby Boys. Jim Jones and Mano, the Lobby Boys.
You said Jim Jones?
Old. Yeah, you old, D3. I'm old, but you old. You don't know the Lobby Boys? I'm 50.
Roddy Boys?
Lobby
Boys.
The Lobby Boys.
From where?
New York.
That's Mano and Jim Jones.
Oh, yeah. I know about them.
Okay. I think you know about them.
I lived in New York for 5 years. I lived right there in Yonkers, right off. I lived on Marbury Street, right around the corner from Woodbarn and Slow Barns and School Street. I stayed right around the corner from School Street. Like the Bronx was literally like 5 minutes walking distance.
Let me ask you guys this, man.
Yeah, let's see what just said it. Lottie Boys from East Harlem.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this.
See, I grew up with Rayford Edmonds and Alpo and all those guys.
That's what's up.
Hey,
I was one of the little 10-year-olds that was the lookout boy for Rayford Edmonds when the police would come around. That was my dealing with Rayford Edmonds. My father actually worked for Rayford Edmonds, but I was a lookout guy for Rayford Edmonds. And then I was fortunate enough that I never got caught up in the streets, so I became a police officer.
And then Rayford Edmonds told on everybody named him.
Actually, he really did.
Well, he told on enough people. If you tell on one, you lead to another. You tell on two. Yeah, he told, no, well, the truth is he told on his plug in prison.
What Rayford Edmonds did was he didn't tell on nobody in D.C.
He didn't.
He told on
Alpo. I said he told, but no, you know, when he was locked up, Rayford Edmonds was still hustling. Yeah. And he told on his plug, I guess from Mexico, but in order to get his mom and people out, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at he got his mom out and some other people.
His mother and his sister. They were still looking. They were still looking for his father. They never caught his father. They never caught his father.
They didn't. So they never caught his father? Dang.
They never caught him. They were still looking for him, but his mother and his sister got caught up because of the phone tap. So they got caught up. And so he had dropped a dime on Alpo to get his mother and sister out. That's how Alpo got caught. That's why when you watch Paid in Full and you start seeing
Alpo,
those detectives that started coming around Alpo and trying to set up a drop with Alpo on them, that was because Rayford Edmonds had dropped a dime.
Man, Alpo one of the most friendly looking killers I ever seen in my life. Alpo, man, was a different type of dude, man. Alpo was a different type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Alpo could be looking friendly, and Alpo would kill somebody and be smiling about it later on.
Yeah. I mean, he ended up falling to something that he caused his own self.
Yeah, you're right. And
if he would have just did what the people said when he got out and just stay hidden and go about your business and stay wherever they put you at. But Alpo was the type of guy that he liked Floyd, like Puffy. He always got to be seen. And that's what he did. All he
Hey,
wanted to do was be in the limelight.
it caught up, and it finally it caught up with him. You know what I'm saying? But Alpo was like a different type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I didn't retire from the street, but I'm a real street dude. Alpo was a real street dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the stuff he was doing, and it's hard to give it up, man. Because I've seen dudes like him.
I think what happened to Alpo was a retaliation for what he did to Richie Porter.
Yeah.
I think that I really truly believe that's what it was. I think it was.
Me too. I believe that. After all these years, man, Rich Porter, people love Rich Porter.
Yep. I think that had to come. I think that came by, and you got to remember, a lot of those young guys watched the movie Paid in Full.
Yep.
And they idolized Alpo and Rich Porter and
Faison, or what's his name?
Yeah, they idolized those guys. And so
his name was Ace. His name was Ace in there, but really Faison, but his name was Ace in there.
So when they saw that movie and they realized that Alpo was the one that did that, they took offense to that, because those guys they believe in loyalty. Like,
yeah,
you come from the same hood, y'all from the same hood, y'all supposed to stick together.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of those guys believed in that shit, and I believe that that's what his untimely death came from. It came from what he did with Rich Porter.
Hey, you think Tank fighting Pitbull next, right? What do you think?
I'm gonna put it this way. I told BBO about this last week.
Yeah.
I think the big money fight is Tank versus Tio.
Yeah.
But I don't think Tank really wants to move to 140. Floyd wants him to go up there and fight Tio, but Tank, if he can't get the fight with Loma, he can't get the fight with Shakur, he can't get the fight with Frank, the next big money fight for Tank is Pitbull. So
yeah.
I'm not going to be mad if that's what the next fight is for Tank, because I know what Tank is fighting for. He's fighting for the money. He's not fighting for the belts.
Yeah. And you know what's great? What you're saying is true. Now, this is how I've been looking at it. I be going into stuff deep. I don't really believe, now I could be wrong. I think Tank feels like Teofimo is a high risk. Father, high risk. I mean, not and it's not to me it's a 50-50 fight, right? It's a 50-50 fight. Now, the Isaac Cruz fight, I think Tank win easy. I don't know if sometimes I get the feeling that they're holding Tank back from fighting certain fighters. You see what I'm saying? Like, I believe Tank wants to fight, but I believe they don't want to fight.
I understand what you're saying, and
yeah.
I can see what you mean by when you say that's a high risk. But
yeah,
Tank, like I said before earlier in this live stream, Tank is in charge of his career. Nobody can tell Tank what to do, because outside of Deontay Wilder, Tank is the money man. And actually, even with Deontay Wilder, Tank is the money man. So far, he brought the most money to PBC than anybody outside of Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. So, Floyd was. People don't know Floyd wasn't really signed with PBC. PBC came about in 2015.
Yeah, Floyd was he was more so a partner with PBC.
Right. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
He helped start it up. He was on PBC towards the end of his career.
Right.
After the Manny Pacquiao fight, I believe it was.
It was.
He was on PBC. Up until then, he was just more so a partner with PBC.
Yeah.
But Tank Davis, right now, you really can't tell Tank Davis what to do, because right now Tank is in the driver's seat. He just sold 1.2 million. Nobody's done that since Floyd. Nobody on PBC done that since Floyd. So you really can't tell Tank what to do. If Tank say, look, I want to fight this guy right here, all they can say is, Tank, they can advise him to say, hey, Tank, I don't think you need to go that way, but they really can't tell Tank, no, you can't go that way. Tank like, hold up, nigga, I just brought y'all over $100 million.
Yeah.
Y'all can't tell me what to do. If y'all
Right.
don't want to put this fight on, I go elsewhere. And they not trying to lose that money. They're not trying to lose. They know Tank is a pay-per-view star. They're not trying to lose that. So they're gonna give Tank whatever he really wants. Even though like similar to what they said with Earl Spence. They advised Earl Spence, hey, Bud Crawford is asking for too much. I don't think you should take this fight. But Earl Spence was like, no, I want to be undisputed. I want this fight. So they were like, okay, you want to be undisputed? It's your call.
You know what?
It's on you.
You know what, D3? People are always gonna look at the way Earl Spence got beat, but they're not gonna look at what you just said. Like, that man got real hard because that man gave up a whole lot for that fight. You know, people not gonna look at that down the line and say, well, man, do y'all realize that he really wanted that fight? Like, that man believed in himself that much that he gave up this and gave up that. That's gonna go under the radar for a long time.
Like I told BBO, when we saw that epilogue, it told a whole lot. And just one statement. At the end of that fight, when Bud Crawford said, I wanna thank you. He said, you know why I want to thank you? Because if it wasn't for you, this fight would not have happened. And that told everything that I needed to hear. Because everybody was like, oh, Bud made this fight. Oh, Bud did this to make the fight. No, it was Earl Spence. If it wasn't for Earl Spence, that fight would not have happened. And Bud said it out of his own mouth. If it wasn't for you, this fight would not have happened.
Yeah.
So, I'll sit there, I'll be like, y'all don't believe shit that we tell y'all.
Hey, they don't though, for real, man. Like they people go in, but Bud Crawford said himself, like you said, he let you know.
When he went on the I forgot what interview he did. I think
He been on Joe Rogan. He been on the Breakfast Club. He been on everything. Good Morning America.
It was the last show that he went on. That man went on there and told everybody that what the PBC is doing is what he should have been doing a long time ago. He said, I understand why they told me that hedge is not a good idea. He said, I'm glad they didn't go with the hedge fund because he realized all that extra money that he's getting on the back end, he wouldn't have got it if he would have went with the hedge fund.
Sure wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Because he ended up making like somewhere around $30 million.
Yeah, he did. They're saying him and Earl both made like, $30 and $40 million. And I'm happy for both of them.
That's what I said. A lot of people like, oh, the PBC that was going to do a no guarantee. Bud just told y'all. I understand why they say don't give the guarantee because we got to pay all that money back. The money is on the back end. If I don't get a big guarantee, I get all this money. All this money come to me if I don't get a big guarantee.
Yep.
So I'm like, y'all don't believe shit that we tell y'all. And Bud come out and tell them motherfuckers everything that we told them years ago. We told them that shit years ago.
You know who really stamped it? Who really stamped PBC? Canelo Alvarez just really stamped it when he said, the best promotional companies in the world, Canelo, Canelo and PBC, Al Heyman. Canelo letting you know, man, Al Heyman do great business.
He said it twice. He said Al Heyman twice.
So did.
And no, I keep trying to tell people, y'all keep shitting on the PBC or the PBC going out of business. The PBC is the only one that's putting on big fights.
That's it.
They've putting on big fights after big fight after big fight after big fight the whole entire year.
You're right.
Every big fight came from PBC.
Every one of them.
Name a big fight and tell me where it came from. I guarantee you it's going to come from
PBC.
I guarantee you it's going to come from PBC. Any big fight that happened this year came from PBC. It started off with the Tank Davis.
Yeah. Caleb Plant, David Benavidez.
Jamel Charlo, Brian Castano,
PBC.
Earl Spence, Bud Crawford.
PBC. Hey, let me ask you a question though. Who did
Boo
Fulton
Boo
and
Andrade,
anyway?
Boo Boo Andrade, David Benavidez, PBC.
PBC.
Everything is PBC. All of the big fights is happening from PBC.
Hey, did we say Ryan? We said Ryan and Tank. Now the only fight we missing is Inoue and Fulton. They might have followed on somebody different.
That was it. That was the top ranked.
That was top ranked. That was top ranked. And that was because Cool Boy gave up his A side.
He gave up everything for that fight.
It would have been PBC.
That would have been PBC. But Cool Boy
But let
gave
me
up
ask you
his
this
A
though.
side.
I forgot to ask you about that, D-Freak. I know you kind of got some critical words for Fulton for doing that, but I really thought Fulton was there to be great on that fight.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it was. Tell you what it was. Cool Boy heard $6 million. That's what he heard.
Yep. He dared to get rich.
That's the most money he made in his career. By far.
Yeah, he dared to get rich. He dared to get rich.
And so when he heard $6 million, he was like, I do it. Because you gotta remember, Cool Boy was on his way to 126. He was training to fight a rematch with Brandon Figueroa.
Yeah, he been wanting to fight Fig for a minute.
Yeah, he was training to fight a rematch with Brandon Figueroa. He was going to 126, and it happened that Monster Inoue came up to 122, and he called out Cool Boy. And so Cool Boy was like, "Fuck it, I take it. They're gonna give me $6 million. I go over to Japan. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm that good of a fighter. I go over to Japan." But nobody was in his corner. Was like, "Dog, you the fucking inside. You the champion. Let that motherfucker come here."
Yeah. Hey, I don't like talking about nobody. But I'm so sick of Southpaw boxing talking so bad. Listen, by anyway.
Real quick. Brian BC, Brian Corbin. That's the only big fight that Top Rank put on. The only one. That's the only one that Top Rank put on this year. That's the only big fight they put on this year.
That's a fact.
Who was that?
Devin versus Loma. That's the only big fight.
Oh, yeah. That's it. That's it. I'm trying. Well, I don't know. What about Navarrete and Valdez? You consider that a big fight?
No.
That wasn't no big fight.
I know it wasn't. I just throwing that. I don't believe it was either.
And we had a line. I was
I'm gonna
sleep
tell you
on
like
that
this.
line.
I'm gonna tell you like this. He fell asleep on that line. That shit was funny as hell. That nigga fell asleep on that line. I'm gonna tell you like this. Yeah, he fell asleep. He literally fell asleep on the line. It had the potential of being a big fight, but when Navarrete just washed Oscar Valdez,
he washed. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you this right here.
That fight was worse than Earl Spence versus Bud Crawford.
It was. I'm gonna tell you this right here, though. I'm gonna tell you this right here. Why people getting their hopes up, and I ain't gonna call no certain countries or nothing right here. Man, listen here. Navarrete don't got a chance against Shakur. Not a chance. I'm saying it now.
With them big arms, with the long arms, I don't know.
Man, listen. I'm gonna say it right now, BVO. I'm gonna say it again to you. Navarrete is gonna get beat to death. Paul beat to death if he get in that ring with Shakur. That that style right there is not. Listen, Shakur Stevenson one of the smartest fighters I ever seen.
Right through his knees, man.
I'm gonna put it like this. He's going to lose to Shakur. He's going to lose to Shakur.
Right.
But it's not going to be a pretty fight. It's going to be more so boring. It's going to be boring.
That's because he's awkward. He's awkward. He's an awkward style fighter.
Yeah,
he throws punches from different. Yeah.
He's all offense. And Shakur is going to be all defense. It's going to be a boring fight. It's going to be similar to. It's going to be similar to Shakur versus Devin Haney.
Let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question. how you score? How you look at the score? If you just had the score in your head, whatever, Paul, you think 9-3, 8-4? How you see it?
I see it more so. I see it somewhere
I
around
see it
9-3.
9-3. I see it 9-3.
Yeah, I see it. I'm gonna put it like this. I would say it's going to be 9-3, but they're going to score at 8-4 or closer.
Right. I agree. What about you, BVO?
But Devin Haney versus Shakur, that's why I wasn't really mad that fight didn't happen, because I understand that's a fight that we want to see. It's
right.
two of the best fighters at 135. But I've been saying this even before Shakur had moved up to that weight class. That is going to be a chess match. It's going to be a boring fight. You got a fighter that's a defensive fighter, and you got a fighter that's a master class boxer. Neither one of them want to make a mistake. It's going to be a boring fight. The more exciting fight is Devin versus Tank or Shakur versus Tank. That's the most exciting fight.
That's because Tank has the X factor, in them fights. He has the X factor. He can get you out of there. Now, I'm going to be real.
Tank Davis is literally going to have you like this. You're not going to know when he's going to land a big punch. You know it's going to come. You just don't know when it's going to come.
Right.
But with Shakur and Devin, you like, okay, that's all y'all going to do this round? All right.
Yeah, they're going to land, man, pillow fifth and pillow fifth going to be landing.
I'm going to tell you how Devin and Shakur is going to go. When they fight, whenever they fight, it's going to be jab, jab, right hand. Jab, jab, right hand.
Yep.
Right hand, jab, jab. Jab, jab, right hand. That's how it's going to go. Both of those guys are straight defensive fighters. All they do is jab. They don't throw a lot of combination, and none of them are real big punchers. So you're going to be like,
9 at 3 a.m.
When we gonna see some action?
But you know what though?
I would give BVO credit for this. At some point, I do want to see the Mexican style of fighting at some point, but I understand that those guys don't have it. They don't fight like that.
But I'm gonna say this right here though. I believe Shakur has more power than Devin.
Yeah, well, that's not saying much. That's like
no, it's not saying much.
It's not saying much, but I will give Shakur that. I will give Shakur that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, BVO.
That's like
you're right, BVO.
Like I got a fast turtle.
I'm gonna put it like this. Say
what?
I'm gonna put it like this. At 135, I think Shakur is more powerful. Is more powerful than Devin. But I don't know how Devin is going to be at 140. He's more.
And listen, people been thinking I'm crazy when I've been saying that Devin Haney is going to have more power at 140 because he look like he's smoking crack at 135, and he's draining himself down too far. 135 is not his weight class. That man, when he come in at 135, it look like he hit by 15 rocks. It's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you look at him at 140, I believe he'll have a little more power, a little more pop. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. He might be a better. He might be better.
Yeah, I think he might have more power because he might be closer to his natural weight.
Right.
I'm not gonna say he will. I'm not gonna say that he will, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does have more power. BBL, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Okay, that looks crazy.
I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know nobody named Miss Bitch.
Miss what?
Miss Bitch.
Is that a man?
It sounds like it is. I don't know no people that call themselves Miss Bitch.
Better not be no man.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
If that's a man, I'm not gonna talk to him. Period.
I tell you this, hey, BC, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Teal versus Taylor was not a big fight.
No, that wasn't
no, it wasn't.
You can't even tell me that was a big fight when they put that bitch in the fucking ballroom.
Hey, that was crazy right there. But that's something else that me and Manager Marty talked
Oh,
about
yeah,
and I
spam.
asked him
Hey, that's
about
a
that.
spam one. That's a spam one, D Free. Get rid of that one. You see it? That's a spam page, I think.
You think it's
I know
spam?
it is. Because it's almost on. We was homies from BH Mania. How you
What?
forget already? I don't know who the fuck that is. I'm not even paying attention to this shit.
Hey,
I'm
block
not-
him.
I appreciate the views, but I don't know who the fuck you are. I appreciate the
Hey,
views, though.
and BBO, you know, both of y'all, I think T.O., that fight with Josh Taylor wasn't a big fight, but do y'all realize why T.O. don't want to fight no more, right?
He had that stuff with his baby mom, man. That was without.
Yeah, that too. That's one of the reasons. But I'm not gonna go into that. What I'm saying is T.O. is basically tired of making $1 million a fight. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. I could be wrong. This is how I feel, my humble opinion. I feel like he deserves more than $1 million to fight, get in that ring. I think T.O. is a star, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like he should get a little more money than that. It's just me personally.
You know the funny
say it
thing
like
though?
this.
He cried like
I'ma
a
say it like
baby
this.
when he got that. And the thing I hate to say, I got to admit, D Free was right. He cried like a newborn about getting $1 million, but nobody told him to re-sign with Top Rank. Nobody told him.
Right. I agree with that.
I'm gonna tell you this. You would get more than $1 million a fight if you was fighting somebody worth you getting more than $1 million a fight.
But hey, D Free, let me ask you this though, because I believe he has the best resume out of all the young guys. Now he fought Richie.
Out of all what guys?
Okay, I'm gonna give you my list. Okay, Tank, Devin Haney, Shakur.
No.
That's my. I'm giving you my list. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why.
No, listen what I'm saying. You can't count those guys because they don't fight in his weight class.
Hold on. They was all in the same weight class, right? Like, okay, he fought.
Is past tense. They not.
Yeah, you're right. But listen. I'm just saying, if you take all of them, right? Let's just say who fought the better fighters. We gonna take weight class out of it, so we do it like that. Who do you feel like has fought the better fighter between T.O., Devin, and
He fought the better fighters, but who fought the bigger name fighters?
What the fuck you say? I was on.
Who fought the bigger name fighters? He fought the better fighters. Who fought
I'm
the
trying to
bigger
put.
name?
Okay, hold on. Okay, Lomo. Would you consider Lomo a big name?
Lomo's a decent name.
Okay, so when he fought Lomo earlier than Devin Haney or anybody. So I'm gonna say he fought Lomo at an early stage when Lomo still was considered to be one of the best, right?
Yeah, but at that time, he was the B-side when he fought Lomo.
Yeah, right. But okay, no, but hold on. I thought they said that he gave. No, yeah, you're right, because Lomo gave a pay cut. Okay, what about Josh Taylor? How big of a name is Josh Taylor? Compared to Mario Barrios and all of them, how big is the name of Josh Taylor?
Josh Taylor's name wasn't bigger than Leo.
I agree with that. You're right.
Well, Leo was never undisputed either.
It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter about being undisputed. It's the name and who brings the bodies to the seats. It doesn't matter if he was undisputed. If you're not a big name, I could care less if you were undisputed. You're not a big name.
But let me just say though,
Floyd Mayweather. Hold up. Floyd Mayweather was never undisputed. You telling me he's not a bigger name than motherfucking any undisputed fighter that was fighting at his time?
You're right, but let me ask you a question though. That's what I was getting to. Is T.O. a big name?
T.O. is getting to become a big name. He's not a
You see what I'm saying?
name.
Okay, is he worth more than me? Is he worth more than $1 million in your opinion? Real opinion? Is he worth more than $1 million a fight?
It's not the fact of if he is he.
I know. I'm just asking. Like, I'm saying.
Listen what I'm saying. It's not the fact is he worth more than $1 million. It's all about of who is he fighting and how much money can he bring in. How much money can he bring in? If he's not bringing in a lot of money, because you got to remember they still got to pay the other fighters on that card. Now he might
Okay,
bring
then
in
you're right.
say he bring in $10 million. How much out of that shit is Tio supposed to get? And then the rest of that he got to pay the other fighters.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to this. The fight between him and Josh Taylor supposedly brought in like 16 million. They're supposedly.
They brought in 15 million. You got to pay Josh Taylor.
How much do you think he should get out? If you was just saying paying, what do you feel like he should get out of that? You think he should get 2 or 3 million out of it?
You got to remember, Josh Taylor was the bigger name in that fight. Josh Taylor was the former undisputed.
You think Josh Taylor was a bigger name? Now, you think he was a bigger name than T.O.?
Josh Taylor was the A side in that fight. He was the A side.
Oh, well, I think that's bad business on that end because I feel like T.O.'s a bigger name than Josh Taylor.
Not. T.O.'s not a bigger name. You got to remember, Josh Taylor's coming from another country. Not only does he has the American fans that has his back, he also has another country as well.
Yeah, I know where he came from. I know he came from over there.
But what I'm saying is, T.O. only has New York and maybe Florida. That's his geographic. That's his geographic.
Okay. So if T.O. and Rolly fought, who would be the A side?
If T.O. and Rolly fought, it would be T.O. It would be T.O.
Okay.
It would be T.O.
I just want to see how y'all feel about it.
Both of them are from America, but T.O. is the bigger name.
Okay.
But when it comes to Josh Taylor, you got to remember, like I said, they brought in 15 million. How much did Josh Taylor get? We know T.O. got $1 million. How much did Josh Taylor get? I don't know how much he got because I didn't.
I think 2.4.
Okay, that's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money. He got 2.4. T.O. got $1 million. That's 3.4. Now the rest of that money got to spread out through the rest of those fighters, the venue, and whatever else they got to pay for.
Right.
That's what the rest of the money got to spread out for. So the network got to get their money back, and the promoter got to get their cut out of that.
Right.
So that's why I say it regardless of how we feel, T.O.'s starting to become a big name or whatever. Who you fighting? How much money are you generating? Because you could say, he deserves more than $1 million, but if he's not bringing in that money, we can't say that he deserves more than $1 million.
Well, the reason I feel like he's worth more than $1 million than this, I'm gonna ask you this. Okay, Amanda Serrano, Clarissa Shields, Kayla Taylor, they've made up to $1 million now, right?
That's because of their promoter.
Right. You're right. Listen, I agree with you. You're exactly right. But I'm saying I believe he's a bigger name than them. They just just how I feel. I think he's a bigger name. How do you think he's a bigger name than them? But I know what you're saying, and you're right.
No, I don't.
You don't think he's a bigger name than? You don't think he is?
Not damn sure not bigger name than Katie Taylor. Damn sure not a bigger name than Katie Taylor.
I feel like more people know T.O. name than they know Clarissa or.
Hell no. Hell, you talking about a three-time undisputed champion? Hell no.
I'm gonna tell you something right now about Clarissa. I'm not getting along with her right now. I'm sick of her. I ain't gonna lie. I'm saying why.
But that has nothing to do with it.
Listen, I agree with everything you're saying, but let me say this right here about I'm just kind of tired of her. Like I feel like she don't have no real respect for men as far as boxing. I just something about it. I could be wrong, but I just, you know what I'm saying, jumping off into another subject, I just feel like she don't respect men and what they do in the ring. And I feel like she don't understand. Like I've watched some of those sparring matches.
Why you say that?
I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. I've watched the sparring matches. I've been in the ring. I was a pretty good amateur boxer before I got shot 3 times, so it ended my career. But I've seen them the way they spar her, and they take it easy on her, and I've seen that. And I don't care what she say, and I'm telling anybody this, they're not going in there like the way she tries to portray, like they're going in there and they're not beating on her like they beat on no man. They're not. I've seen those sparring matches. I've looked at them. They're not.
Well, I mean, whether they are or they not, that you can't take away her confidence if that's the confidence.
No. D3, no, I wouldn't dare do that. She's great. She's the GOAT to me in women's boxing. See, that's why I said I can see the real.
What's the issue that you have with her then?
My issue is like you're calling out Keith Thurman. You can't beat Keith Thurman. If Keith Thurman comes in there and really fights like Keith Thurman fight, I don't care how long he been at the ring, Keith Thurman will mop the floor with you.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. You feel that she can't beat Keith Thurman because he's a guy, she's a female.
No, it doesn't be a guy.
Listen to what I'm saying. He's a guy, she's a female. Keith Thurman at one time was one of the best welterweights in the world. He's a hard puncher. But
she can't beat Jeff Horn. She can't beat Jeff Horn.
Listen what I'm saying. You can't say that because I'm telling you, you can't say that because I've seen small. Listen what I'm trying to tell you. My ex-wife, when I first met her, the very first day that I met her,
she knocked you out.
Hell no. My ex-wife is 5'3".
Yeah.
She's 5'3". She's like 180 pounds. 5'3",
right.
180 pounds. When I first met her, she was beating the shit out of a dude that was 6'2", 250 pounds.
I don't understand that situation. Listen, I believe you, but I don't know what's going on with him. But should no woman be able to beat no man that has any kind of skill?
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
No. It's not.
How I know that's bullshit? I used to fight.
Me too.
No,
I can't see it.
That's what I'm saying. I used to box. I went to the gym, and it was this dude that was talking shit to a female in the gym. He boxed, she boxed.
How long he boxed?
He boxed. He was a 5-year veteran at the time. She had just started fighting probably 2 years prior to that.
What? Are you telling the truth, man, about this?
I right-handed guard.
Okay.
He was a 5-year veteran. She was 2 years into boxing.
Let me ask you a question then.
He was 2 weight classes above her.
Let me ask you a question.
When I tell you she knocked him out cold, this man was snoring in the ring.
Let me ask you a question then. Do you think if Keith Thurman is anything like Keith Thurman, Carissa Shields with no knockout power, she has no knockout power. We know she ain't got no knockout power. You think she has a chance?
I'm not saying she will stop Keith Thurman. I'm not even saying she will beat Keith Thurman.
You can't beat him.
What I'm saying is, I don't underestimate nobody.
No, I'm not underestimating her. I told you.
I'm telling you, when you say she cannot beat Keith Thurman,
she can't.
You underestimate.
No, I'm not. That'd be like me saying, listen. That'd be like me saying that.
I understand that she's a female and he's a man.
No, it ain't that. I think Keith. Okay, take it out of the equation.
Listen what I'm saying. I understand she's a female and he's a man. I don't want to see it neither. But when you say she can't beat him, you're underestimating her because you don't know that.
Maybe I am, but I'm gonna say it right here. If Floyd and Manny fought 10 times, I'm picking Floyd all 10.
You can pick Floyd all 10 times.
And that's how I feel about her Keith Thurman. Listen.
That doesn't mean you're gonna be right all 10 times though.
No, it don't. And you're right. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But I'm just telling you, my personal opinion, my humble opinion, she don't win 9 times. They fight 10 times.
And just like you said, and remember what the odds was on Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson?
Yes, sir.
That shit was like 35. That shit was like 35.
It was 36 to 1, wasn't it?
It was 36 to 1. It was plus 35,000.
Yeah. I think it was 36. No, it might be more than 36 to 1. It was up there. Yeah,
it was like plus 35,000.
Right, you're right.
Douglas went in there and knocked Mike Tyson out.
Right.
So,
But do you think Clarissa Shields can knock out Keith Thurman?
I didn't say knockout. I didn't say knockout. But that
You
doesn't
think
mean
she
that
can
she
beat
can't.
outbox him? We don't get past the knockout. She ain't got to even knock him out. Keith Thurman said he would put on one. He would let her wear headgear.
I believe she has the ability to beat him. I don't know if she will.
Oh,
She has the
I
ability.
don't know. Listen, I mean, another question.
I'm gonna tell you what I see in Carissa Shields. I see regardless of what race she, I mean, what gender she is, regardless of what gender she is. I see an excellent boxer.
I know what you're gonna say. Let me ask you a question though. What about Green?
Fighter that has defense.
Who wins that fight?
Huh?
Between her and Green, who wins that fight? Does Green give her? I know who win. But do you think Green gives her a fight?
You talking about the new girl that's coming up?
Yeah, did she give her a fight? I got Clarissa, but I'm saying, how do you feel about that fight? How did it play out in your?
Not right now. Not right now.
Okay, not right now. Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
And truth be told, I think when she gets to the chance to be able to give Carissa Shields some real competition and possibly beat Carissa Shields,
yeah,
I believe Sedation Green will knock out Keith Thurman.
No, you went too far. You went too far, D-Free. I'm rocking with you.
I'm gonna tell you like
let me tell you something.
Listen what I'm telling you. Sedation Green is on the level, and she's gonna be on the level of an Ann Wolf. And I believe Ann Wolf
ain't knocking out Keith Thurman. I love Ann Wolf.
No, Ann Wolf will stop Keith Thurman.
No, she won't. No, she won't. I love Ann Wolf is my favorite woman fighter of all time. She don't beat Keith Thurman.
I don't care if she was. No offense. I don't care if she was your wife. She will stop Keith Thurman.
No, she won't. No, she won't.
All right, I'm
where BBO at? BBO going to sleep. BBO.
No, I think he's doing something with his kids. I heard his. I saw.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, D-Free, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I like listening to you because you know you're boxing, but I can't agree with you on this one. I can't. Ain't no way Ann Wolf or any of those women beat Keith Thurman. I can't see it.
I need you to go look at Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrio and go look at Ann Wolf.
I watched.
Go look at. That's what I'm saying. Go look at Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrio and go look at Ann Wolf last fight. Her very last fight.
Look at this though. You're not gonna like this one right here. Ann Wolf can't beat Mario Barrios.
Now I know you've been over there sipping on something.
No, I ain't. No, she can't beat him. She can't beat that. Listen, I'm telling you right now, you put any man in the ring with any woman, if they got any kind of skill, the woman don't win. I'm gonna say
go tell that to the 3 dudes that I saw get beat up by 2 women.
They can't fight.
No, they can fight. When I say 3 dudes that got beat up by 2 women, I seen these 3 dudes fight before. They got beat up by 2 women.
Yeah, I don't know what went on with that, but I'm just saying I don't believe.
A lot of people look at women and just say, okay, that woman she's a woman.
You know, like I know, women are not. Listen, ain't no woman physically stronger than a man. There ain't no way if and buts about it.
I guarantee you, I know a woman right now that's physically stronger than you.
No, you ain't, because I can bench 415. And I bet she can't.
I guarantee you, I know one.
I bet you can't bench. I bet you can't bench 415.
I guarantee you, I know a woman that's not on PEDs, not on anything.
You can't find no woman. Listen, you can't find no woman right now alive that can bench 415 if she's not on PEDs.
That's how I know you're lying, because I know a woman right now. I know a woman right now. I know a woman right now that.
Go to my page.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I know a woman right now that can bench 450 is not on PEDs.
Who? What's her name?
Her name is Sherry Perkins. Her name is Sherry Perkins.
I bet she can't. She can't do it without a listen. Now weightlifting is something I do. I do competition. The strongest. Hold on, listen to me now, D Free. Before you get off into that now, I do weightlifting competition now. I've done all that. I do that.
I know
Ain't a woman alive. Rebecca Swanson. Hold on, listen to me now, because this is my expertise for real. Rebecca Swanson, the
I'm telling you, I know
strongest.
guys that do weightlifting for real. I know guys that do weightlifting for real.
Listen, I believe you. I'm one of them. Listen to me. I got trophies. I can show them to you. The strongest ain't Rebecca Swanson with a 2-ply shirt on. I don't know if you know what a 2-ply shirt on is. 2-ply means it's a bench shirt. You put it on. When you go down with the shirt, it helps you bench it back up. She bench the best bench a woman's ever done with a 2-ply shirt on is like 550. Ain't a woman alive can bench 415. They can't.
I'm telling you right now. I know a woman that can bench 450 right now, and the reason I
like to see her do it.
The reason I know that is because she's my cousin.
Hey, listen, I want to give me a video of her benching 450. I bet $1,000 to a penny she can't bench 450 without no shirt on.
I'm gonna ask her. Matter of fact, when did she was doing weightlifting. She was doing weightlifting.
If you give me a video of her doing 450 without any kind of shirt,
she's not doing weightlifting no more. She's too old to do weightlifting. She's like,
okay. Listen. If you give me a video of her doing 450 without a shirt on, I'll give you $1,000 on a penny. There's not a woman around.
You ain't got to give me $1,000. I'm just going to show you. So
yeah, I just want to see it, bro.
Oh,
I mean, but if I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong, and I'd be cool. That would make my day because I love women.
I'm gonna show you, so you be like, oh shit, I can't understand.
Yeah. But if she does it like that,
and the same girl I'm talking about, which is my cousin, I seen her beat up 3 dudes at one time.
But she bad.
Three dudes.
She bad.
3 dudes at one time. And my cousin is the one that we will call when we having problems in school. We call her.
BBO. I thought I heard BBO say something, but I think he went back out.
The main event coming on right now, BBO, while you falling asleep.
Yeah, he sleep. If they get ready to fight. Hold on. I'm in the kitchen. I'm gonna go back to my room with this one. I gotta see this fight. Right here. I'm going back here. Yeah, BBO can't stay up, man. He gonna invite me to y'all live, then he can't stay up.
This is exactly what he did when we were watching the Oscar fight.
Yeah, how you gonna invite somebody to your live and then you don't stay up for the your nigga stay up? That don't even make sense.
Hey, I want to root Sterling, but Sterling 34 years old and O'Malley is 28.
Man, I don't like O'Malley. I don't like him. I'm telling you something for real, and I just feel like this, and I could be wrong. I feel like he don't like us. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong.
He probably don't.
I've seen it, and I'm usually, when it comes to stuff like that, I'm usually spot on with it. He don't like us. You know what I'm saying? And I see that. And there's just something about him that irks me about him. I do not like dude. And I know he's a good fighter, but I really want to see him lose tonight.
Hey, Thomas, BBO fell asleep. You hit the like button, but he fell asleep.
Yeah, BBO sleep. He sleep. That man sleep right now. His lab. Yeah, he sleep.
He about to miss a good ass fight because this shit gonna be. It's either gonna be a quick knockout or this gonna be a chess match.
Let me see if I can get the TV right quick. Hey, can I watch this fight right quick so I can broadcast it on right quick? Hold on. I'm gonna get the fight on now.
Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm gonna get the fight on.
We're gonna make the world a better place for your new bambina.
happening? Well, let's see. Within phones are being evaluated. You're going to have to foster parents, which would be the first step.
All right, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay. Trying to find it.
Hey, Thomas, just let me know. Just let me know when you want to do it. I come on there. I ain't got no problem.
Yeah. Tell Thomas, man, come on. What kind of channel? What kind of channel he got? What is he doing?
He do mostly football, but he do a little bit of everything. He do a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, man. I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
Oh yeah. Thomas is a Seahawks fan. You know, BBO's a Cleveland Brown fan. I'm a Washington Commanders fan.
Yeah, this gonna be our year right here. We finally got a team. I think.
I don't know. Y'all gave away y'all running back. Both.
Yeah, but we got the rookie though. We got the rookie. We got rid of Williams, the one that we got the rookie.
You gave away 2 veterans, and now you got a rookie.
Yeah,
well,
you're right about that, man.
One was a veteran. The other one was, I think, his 2nd or 3rd year. But then you
and he had like 15 touchdowns last year. That man had so many touchdowns.
I don't know why y'all got rid of him.
That was crazy.
I can understand Swift because he was getting injured too much. But
yeah,
the other one, I don't know why y'all got rid of him.
There you go. There you go. I'm on the fight now. I'm on the fight.
Right now, it's just a chess match.
Man, both of them got color hair, don't they?
Yeah. O'Malley got the color braids.
Yeah, I think Sterling get knocked out. I'm be mad, man. I don't like
Sterling got color braids too. Sterling got green braids. O'Malley got
pinkish. O'Malley do not like black people, man. I'm telling you, he don't like black people. He don't.
O'Malley got power though. That man power.
Oh yeah, he the truth. He the truth though. I'm gonna give him credit what credit due. He the truth.
Yeah. Thomas, just let me know when you're gonna do it. Like I said, I ain't got no problem showing love to nobody.
Yeah, man. And you know it's crazy. It's crazy right now to get support from each other because you got a lot of people, man. Like from my hometown, like I got almost 2,000 subscribers now, and out of my subscribers, only like 20 of them is from my hometown.
Oh, okay.
And then, but I got on.
Subscribe to you. I show love to anybody I'm subscribed to.
Me too, man. And I got to see your page. Because I need to subscribe to you. But like on Facebook, I got 7,000 subscribers, but they won't subscribe to my YouTube channel because they feel like I'm gonna get $1 or something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know what it is, man. I be telling them all the time on my Facebook, man. Like it don't make sense for y'all to call yourself my friends, but I can't get you to come on my YouTube channel and subscribe.
They right now they don't seem like nobody really committing in this fight. They pretty much just feeling each other out.
Yeah, they feeling each other out.
I ain't seen no kicks or no punches landed at all.
O'Malley look big though.
Yeah, he do.
Oh, he look like a big dude, man. He's a big dude, Paul. He's definitely taller than he's definitely taller.
Yeah, he's a taller fighter and a more rangier fighter.
Yeah. Okay. I can see a leg kick coming with a punch. Somebody getting knocked out like that.
Yeah.
The way it's looking.
I don't know why.
You got man, brother. Yeah, I love football, man. I was a really good football player too. You got a football channel too, don't you?
Yeah, I do football on my channel. I do because my channel is called Boxing Matchups. So when I do football, it's NFL matchups.
Man, I gotta get you on my channel. Do you got an Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get you on my. I gotta get an interview with you, man. If you don't mind, like I got interviews so far with Greg Hackett, Boxer Money Pal, Manager Marty, YSN Sports Media, BVO.
I'm gonna put my my Instagram in your in the private chat for you.
Okay. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying, man, get you on there, man, and get an interview with you, man, because I try to get everybody, you know what I'm saying, just about this boxing thing. Like I said, my channel growing, it's growing pretty fast, but I try to get all the interviews I can. And
That's
get everybody, you know, I love having different perspectives, because nobody's going to always be the same. Everybody there's going to be different opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody going to have different opinions or whatever.
my man Thomas said he'll follow you. What's your channel?
Okay, tell them my channel is capital CDK, boxing in lowercase.
Capital CDK boxing lowercase. So I'm
boxing all lowercase.
I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in the private. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Okay, tell them. Let me know if you see it or not.
There you go, Thomas. Sterling got his leg. He's trying to take him down.
Sure is. Yeah, tell him, man, and then tell him to send me his page, man, so I can follow him, man. Cause you know, one thing I've learned, man, like the guys.
He said he just subscribed. He just subscribed.
Okay,
to the channel.
tell him I appreciate that, man. That's real love. Because a lot of the guys is like, I learned one thing about this, man. Like the guys have been in the business for a minute, they really don't want to rock with us. Like you got, you know, and I like all of them. I'm talking about the showbiz, the blue bloods, the finance. They really like, they don't want to give us a chance to really get in.
Well, I mean, I'm cool with Blue Blood and Fanon or whatever.
Me too. Like Fanon, my boy, Blue Blood, and told me like 20 times he's gonna give me an interview, but he always put it off. Like he hit me up and say, "Man, we're gonna do it today," and then he hit me back and say, "Well, you know." So that made me feel like that. I could be wrong, but I watch all those channels, man, because I support everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I love Blue Blood channel. And he always tell me, like, we talk, like, he gonna give me an interview all the time, but he always say he's busy in the end.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Blood was one of the first channels that I went to. It was Ashley Corners and Blue Blood was the first couple of channels I went to when I started doing this YouTube on boxing, and that's how I got good with BFTB, Drew Titan, Stormy B Man. And then that's how I got with G5 and all of them, and we started up the TWT family when I went out to Dallas. We all went up to the Earl Spence fight, Earl Spence versus Ugas. And then when we came back, we decided to start the TWT family. So that's how I got to know all of them, was because of Blue Blood. I went on Blue Blood channel and I saw BFTV, and I just liked the energy that BFTV had. And so I started going to his channel. I started seeing everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, Blue Blood, man. Like I said, it might be over with. Oh my God. Come on, man. Oh my God, he been get knocked out. He been get knocked out. Come on, man. Do something. He busted up, bro. He busted up.
It's over. It's over. Omari about to stop him. Omari stop him.
Damn. Oh no, Rip. That was too quick. No. That was I think it was too quick.
Omari
what you think?
Omari stopped him.
You think that was too quick?
I told Omari got power.
You think it was too quick?
It's on the verge because he gave up his back and he was undefensive.
Yeah. He gave his back up. I feel like he still could fight though. I don't think they should have stopped that. That's a chance, man.
I think he could have still continued because he didn't get, when he gave up his back, Omari didn't hit him no more.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm saying. Like he gave his back up. You know what I'm saying? I think he could have continued. I think he could have continued to fight.
If he got on top of him and started throwing some more punches, then I could see him stopping. But when he turned over on his back, he didn't throw no more punches. He like backed up, and the referee just jumped in and stopped it.
Yeah, tell Thomas, man, to send me his channel where I can subscribe to his channel.
The name is you're gonna see a small PR, and then it's Thomas from the Bronx. #TWT.
Okay, and you send me one too, DC, so I can get on your channels, man. So I can get on both your channels or whatever.
Yeah, I'll put it in the private chat for you.
Okay, because I'm definitely I got to get on there, man. Like I said, it's hard to get support from home, man. I don't know what it is, but these people will not support you. Dang, man, that was a good lick. Dang, bam. He caught him with a good shot. He caught him with a good shot.
They did.
Wham, wham, watch it. Okay, you miss. Counter. Good counter. That was a good boxing counter right there. I gotta see what he done though. Good shot. Ooh, busted him open right there. I don't know. They should. I would have let it go just a little longer. He the champion. You can't let the champion lose like that. You gotta let him go a little longer and see. Cause he looked like he was rolling over. Yeah, no. That was a bad stop.
Thomas put his link in the chat. I just put both our channels in the private chat.
Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, I see him right there. I see him in the private chat. I'm gonna get him now. I see him right there so I can get him. Yeah, I see it. Well, O'Malley, hey, you think anybody gonna beat O'Malley that way?
I think if they have a rematch, I think Sterling can beat him. It just
me too. I think he did too. He was doing good.
He made a mistake and he got caught. But that was the one thing that I was worried about with Sterling. I was like, O'Malley got power.
Yeah, because Sterling was doing better. Sterling definitely looked like the better fighter. I'm writing it down now. You down? Yeah, you can go. We got Thomas from the Bronx. Okay. Yeah, I got both of them. Thomas from the Bronx. Okay, boxing matchups. Hey, D Free. Can you hear me? D Free. D Free. I guess it went out. I don't know. D Free.
Mm.